Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. This is absolutely insane. Parabolic movement right now happening with Shiba Inu. Just absolutely insane what is happening right now. So, welcome in everybody to the stream. This is just incredible. We are at the 2912 level right now. This is just insane. I know all of the Shiba Inu YouTubers are essentially live right now. And I mean, it's just, why the heck not, right? This is just massive. Crazy, crazy, crazy what's going on right now. So welcome in, everybody. Welcome to another live. I just got done with a live stream, but here we are. We're right back at it because, yeah, why the heck not, right? This is just insane. So welcome in, everybody. Jeremiah, what's happening, man? What's going on? Ryan, what's happening? What's up? What's up? R. Dot, what's going on? Happy to experience the 30 with you, Zach. Yeah, let's do it. Let's get there. Funso, what's happening? Yo, I'm in love. Armand, it's amazing, man. I'm in love with Shiba too. It's just wild. I mean, this is just crazy, crazy, crazy. I can't get enough of it though. It's unbelievable. Daniel's back in the house. We'll see if we can. We'll see if we bring him back on here. Maybe we will actually. So Daniel, let me know if you want to come back on. We're going to get you back on here, man, because I'm going to need somebody to help me out. I know a lot of people over on other YouTubers' lives, and that's cool. We'll try to give as much as we can, too, because there's a ton of people out there that we want to reach. So I love it. There is a ton of folks out there. I think there's a lot of FOMO going on right now, and I'm cool with it. So what is up, Oscar? How you doing, man? Dylan, One Punch Man, what's going on? What's happening? What's happening? Glass Cleaner 2K, what's going on? Chicago here. Nice, Luza. Invest in that like button. Yes. No problem, Daniel. You let me know. She was going nuts last year. No problem, man. Where's Austin? Austin is about to go live, I think, too, Clayton. I think everybody's going to be going live. Smash that like. Yes, smash that like button. Let's go. Let's get to the 3-0 level together right here, right now. Here we go, baby. Oh, man, I'm loving it. Dylan, smash the like button. He's right. This is mad. Big up, Shib Army. DC, yeah, man, this is madness. Pandemonium. Josh, what's happening? Like the smash button, ladies and gentlemen. Boom, 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 boom. Like that smash button if you could. Crow down a little bit, maybe. Love your video. Thank you, Mrs. Mischief. Appreciate you. Robert West in the house. What's happening, man? What is going on? We're at the 2918 level. I mean, look at this. This is crazy, crazy. I can't even believe my eyes right now. This is absolutely insane. Straight up, let's go. Lift off. Leo, my man. Thank you so much for constantly motivating us to hold. You got it, Jeremiah. Man, it was a rocky ride. There's no question. It was a rocky ride. And there will be another bear market. We're not done with a bear market. It will come. But now we know what SHIB is capable of. We know what it looks like in a bull market, and this is unbelievable to watch. So this is just absolutely ridiculous. Edwin, let's go. Cirrus to the moon. I love it, man. I love it. So welcome in, everybody. Welcome, welcome. I'm going to send a quick tweet here real quick. Hold on one sec. I'm going to take my Twitter, and if y'all could retweet this tweet that I'm about to send, and that would be awesome. So let's hold on. There we go. Just sent a tweet. So come on in. That chart is sexy. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Yes, it is. We break another zero with Robinhood. Man, I don't even know if we need Robinhood to break another zero. Well, I mean, I think we would. But this is just amazing. I mean, this is crazy, crazy. Let's see where we are on the big board here. I'm going to refresh this, go back out to CoinMarketCap. So the overall market's up about 3.42%. Now, let's see. Dogecoin is down a little bit at 25 cents. It's at 33 on market cap. SHIB is where on the big board? It just passed Algorand. Wow. SHIB just passed Algorand. It's number 19 in market cap. It has broke the top 20. This is just wild. Crazy, crazy. Let's check out number of holders. We're at 701 here. Let's refresh. What do y'all think it's going to be? What do y'all think it's going to be? 701. Do you think we're at 702 yet? 702. Oh my goodness. 7025, and it's just heading upwards. Well, a few weeks back, I said it was going to be tough to get to 1 million holders. Well, this might do it. This push might do it by the end of the year, trying to get to 1 million holders. What is happening? Julio, Josh, 704 in the house. Mr. Junior, bro, 100 mil is good, or should I buy more? As much as you can afford, man. That's it. I have 5 million. Is that good? Same answer. 1.8 billion market cap from overtaking freaking Litecoin. Yeah, absolutely insane. It is 1.8 away from overtaking Litecoin in market cap. I mean, this is crazy. Everto, the emojis say it all, my friend. They say it all. There's no question. So smash that like button. I know that a lot of people jumping around to different streams. Hey, the more the merrier. Let's all get it going. I know Austin's about to go live. I know a bunch of people already live. Chad's live right now. I know that I think some other people are also live right now. Jake might be live. I mean, it's just amazing. This is what it's all about. It's all of us helping all of the other people out there who don't know about SHIB. Now they get informed. Now they're FOMOing in. This is, to me, in my opinion, this is FOMO at its best right now. Robinhood, of course, started this boost, right? They started this boost. However, what's happening now is retail money FOMOing in like crazy. And of course, Robinhood bought a lot of those reserves. That started the push. And then what does that do? It's a trickle down effect. It's the social media aspect. It's the strong community that's already here. What's up, Travis? It is FOMO when the crypto market is booming. And wow, this is absolutely amazing. Sold my SHIB for ADA last week. Now I'm crying. Oh man, that's brutal. That is brutal. Hello from Holland. What's up, Harry? How you doing? So everybody in here, busting through all the walls like butter. I love it, Kamal. Speaking of like, smash that like button. Like the smash button real quick. If you haven't, just pause what you're doing. It's totally free to do. Hammer that like button. Let's get a bunch of people in here hanging out. And wow, this is just insane. Let's get back to the charts here. Okay, we're coming back down a little bit of a sell-off here. We're at the 2.8 level. But listen, it's been doing this little correction here and there. Look what happened here. A little bit of a correction. Then, flatlining a little bit, consolidation, and then boom. Consolidation, boom. I mean, it's just, I don't even know what to say at this point. So anybody out there, if you've got anything for me, I'm almost at a loss of words. I'm going to continue to talk, but man, it's amazing. It's amazing. Thank you, Daniel. Appreciate you, man. I haven't heard any news of SHIB since July, and I'm not regretting holding it now. I love it, man. Shiba to 0.0001. Yes. Yes, let's get there. Is 0.00004 possible by the weekend? Marcos, I would have said no way, Jose, but now, oh, yeah, it's possible. It's possible, man. Barry, what's happening? Just about to go to bed, and Zach goes live. I'm hardly slept in 3 days. I hear you, man. I hear you, brother. I bet SHIB will hit the all-time high, and then it'll drop. I could see it getting close to the all-time high, the all-time high of, what was it, about 3.8 level, give or take? Let's see here. I think it's 3.8 level if memory serves. Let me see. All-time high, 388. We are only 26% away from the all-time high, which was set back on May 10th. May 10th, all-time high. We are 26% away. And oh yeah, we are $1.8 billion away from Litecoin's market cap. We just passed up Algorand in market cap. Pandemonium, madness, and I'm here for it every step of the way. This is amazing. Libre Pub made 6.5K. Love it. I would love to hear your profits. Let me know your profits in the comment section for a little bit. So go ahead, light it up. Let me know your profits. I love it. I want to see everybody in the green, baby. That's what it's all about. What's up, Child of Ash? How you doing, man? Meet Herberto. Welcome as a new Patreon member. I will send you a message soon. So Patreon link is over down in the description, rather. This is what it looks like. $10 package, $20 package. There are only 23 remaining. Man, I might have to do something about that. I might have to add on to those. We'll see what happens. But okay, so let's see here. Back to this 702,000. Let's refresh this. Let's see what happens. 702.5, 702.7. I mean, every couple minutes we refresh it, it's 200 to 300 holders we're gaining. It is absolutely insane. People are FOMOing in by the minute and driving this price parabolic right now. We are ranked number 19. Bust that like button, Steven says. Yes. The true profits are the friends we make along the way. Love that, Daniel. Thank you for the super chat, man. I agree 100%. Let's see. 63,000. Stanley is up. Amazing. 600, 2K, 10K. Oh, man, that's amazing. 2 million up, and I'm going to dump. Evan, I hear you, man. How much up are you right now? Just don't dump yet. I'm up 10K, about 400 estimate profit. Okay. That's nice, man. Hey, profit is profit, right? 5K. Should I profit my 4K? Hey, that's on you, man. You've got to make that decision. DC 12K. Nice. Then they can send the gains over to Saitama. Yeah, that's beautiful. Love it. Love it. Martin Starr, what's happening? 19K right now, 2.4K, up 1,300. Adam, 3K. Barry, 868,000 shares. I'm up $5. Man, you must have bought high, brother. When the burn, they're working on it, man. The Shytoshi Medium paper talked about that with the latest NFT project. They are working on it, so looking forward to kind of seeing what they come up with after that, because I think there's going to be multiple ways that they can, do some burnage, if you will. So definitely, man. Let's see here. I am going to real quick open up my Discord over on the far side here on my other screen. And I'm just going to send Daniel a link so when he's ready to rock and roll, he can join us. Let's see here. Open Discord. And you know what? I'm probably going to be bringing on some other Discord members too. So if other Discord members, I can't see the chat right now, so give me a second. But if other Discord members want to join the stream, this is almost like a party. I want this stream to be everybody's stream. And that's really how I built this channel. I want this to be everybody's channel. We're all in this together. And that's what it's all about, man. Let's see here. Daniel's right there. Okay. And boom, like that. And send. There you go. Okay, he's got it. So let me close. Well, I'll leave that open actually for right now. Okay. Wow. Absolutely crazy, man. This is crazy. Party. Yes. Party. Everto, you're up. Oh, Everto. Yes, Everto is up. Let me send the stream to Everto too. I know he said he wanted to come on stream too. Let's bring him. Let's see here. Let me go back over to here and go. Let's see. Find or start a conversation. Everto. Paste. So I sent it to both of you. If you both of you want to come on and hang out, I'd love that. That'd be awesome. So come on in. Let's see here. Oh, y'all are liking and retweeting that tweet. Nice. Yeah, keep popping that up there. Here, let me show you this real quick. See that tweet right there? Retweet that. Spread the word to the entire SHIB community out there. Even to people that don't even know what SHIB is. Maybe they'll join. Okay, let's get them in. That latest tweet. Okay, let's go back to StreamYard here. Super sticker, PR Jeff, thank you, my friend. Travis, thanks for the super chat. I will join. Okay, Travis, let me send you one as well. Let's see here. We might have some people backstage for a little bit, but that is cool. Travis, what are you under on Discord, my friend? What are you under on Discord, Trav? And Mr. Jeff 7, thank you for the super chat. Here we go. We're climbing again. A little bit of a sell-off, and we're eating the dips. Asia woke up. Tell us your profit, Zach. Marco, that's a bad omen, man. I wish I'd have bought more, I'll tell you that. How much will they burn? Up to $1 million worth if everybody renames their Shiboshi. Okay, so we're bringing in Everto to the stream. Everto is a private community member, and somebody who's very, very active. He's been here since day one. So everybody, welcome to the stream, Everto.
Hello, Zach. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. It's great to finally talk to everyone in the chat. Hope everyone's well on this brilliant day today.
How are you feeling?
Oh, I'm pumped. I'm absolutely pumped. Like, this is excellent.
It's amazing, man.
As we were saying earlier, it'd be nice to see a little bit more sideways action just to gain that support level. But this is really good, strong, healthy chart.
No question. No question. Yeah, Daniel was talking about that, who is actually here with us as well. So let's bring in Daniel too. And
again.
Hello again. I didn't think it was going to be that quick, but here we are. Travis sends in a super chat. Appreciate that, man. David Lane, crazy realistic view at hidden 10 cents. Yeah, man, it's going to be a while for that, but man, this is amazing to say the least. So, Everto, talk to me. Have you sold any?
I haven't sold any yet. Can you still hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. No, I haven't sold any yet. Actually, I'm actually waiting for the NFTs to sort of drop. I still think it's going to kind of pump until sort of that time. We'll have a bit of a sell-off. But yeah, I'm still holding, and I'm not even going to sell like even 10-20% of my bag. I'm just holding it.
I like it. I like it. We are Ryoshi. Welcome, man. We're never too late for Shib.
Everto's one of the smart ones who just kept holding, not like me, who took a bit of profit.
So, Daniel, I know you mentioned this. You mentioned that earlier. Do you want to tell everybody your kind of philosophy on that? And why you took some?
In terms of the strategy, or well, in this case, it was because it's a speculative coin. It still is a speculative coin. It's just a speculative coin that's doing extremely well at the moment. But yeah, I'm not sure what you mean by my philosophy on it, though.
Why did you take the 10%? Did you take 10%?
I took two exits from one of my two SHIB bags. So a smaller of my SHIB bags, I took a 15% when it was sort of down by about 15% from its peak, the first peak it took. And then when it really was clear that that peak was going down, it really appeared that that peak was really settling down. But the 1270 mark, I took about 25% of that bag. And but the plan is that the anticipation was that would eventually die down, or eventually there'll be a bear market, and then I have the prices sort of on the opposite end of the trend market was on there to buy back in at a bigger SHIB bag, because it's really just a strategy to accumulate more SHIB for the next bull cycle.
Gotcha. We are now at a $11 billion market cap. We just crossed over $11 billion market cap.
And just so
absolutely
we're clear,
insane.
And just so we're clear, when we hit 12.4, we overtake Litecoin. Now, the importance of overtaking Litecoin, for those who don't know, is if you watch any news broadcast, if you watch Fox Business, if you watch Sky Business, if you watch Bloomberg News, when they talk about cryptocurrencies, they list BTC, they list Ethereum, they list Litecoin, and then maybe Doge in some cases. So it's we're going to overtake the one that shows up on the big board every time they talk about crypto.
Love it. I got to get to this because Chris Stanley saying, I have seen 3 Shiba Inu giveaway events supposedly by Elon Musk. Is it a scam or is it legit? Complete scam, Chris. And everybody out there, those are not real live streams. Please do not give your wallet address, whatever they're asking for, texting. It's all phony baloney. Don't listen to it. And Daniel, you actually dropped something in the Discord that's like a telltale sign when something is fake, right?
Yeah, if you want, you can show it, but it's anytime you see any of those videos that have the send in whatever and we'll send you back 3 times as much, all those are obvious scams. I mean, it's remarkable actually how successful they are. A couple of times we tracked the wallets of that are being sent to, and there are actually scams like that for which one was it that we tracked? There was one for ADA that had accumulated about $130,000 in basically scam proceeds. So those are remarkably profitable. That's why you see them showing up. Yeah, that's the picture right there. Anytime you see something like this, the rules are if you send 100 million SHIB, you'll get 200 million back. It's obviously too good to be true. And any one of those is a scam.
So there it is right there for everybody looking on screen right there. If you see that anywhere on a live stream, you know right there, that's a telltale sign it's fake. So pretty much anything, anything like that's Elon Musk talking about something, chances are it's fake.
Yeah, it's really sad. There's about 80,000 people watching those scam videos at the moment. And I've already seen a lot of chat people saying that they've been sending their tokens in. And I've been going on to live streams with other people just saying, like, you need to warn the chat. We're all like one big family, and we've all got to look out for each other. And yeah, it's extremely sad that it's happening. YouTube needs to sort of pull their finger out a little bit on that.
I agree 100%. And as well as the comment section. Go ahead, Daniel.
Actually, to mention that, if everybody who's listening now reported it as a scam in YouTube, they'd get taken down pretty quickly. Just like another telltale sign, by the way, that it's a fake one. If you look at the name of the channel and it's called like the name of a cryptocurrency and like live, so usually they're called ADA or Cardano Live or something like that. Very few of the actual channels that belong to any of the. First of all, there's no Shiba Inu actual channel. So what they'll do is they'll pick a name that's close to it. And the name of the channel being called Shiba Inu, official support, there is no official support for Shiba Inu. So that applies also to chats. So if you're in any Discord groups, if you're in any Telegram groups, anything like that, and someone DMs you offering you assistance with anything for your wallet, if you didn't ask for their help directly, and you don't know the person by reputation, or people in that chat don't know them by reputation, it is most likely a scam. So if you're having trouble buying SHIB, if you're looking to get into it and you're not very clear on how to use cryptocurrencies, first of all, take the time to, there's a lot of great videos. Zach has a couple. Coin Bureau has some very good guides on sort of a very introductory, you've never used the wallet before. It's less of a guide of what to do. It's more of a guide on what not to do. So never like the basics, never share your seed phrase with anybody. But also if you're going to an app that's on like a D app that's on any site, make sure it's a site double check that, like if you got a link to it, double check it. Because a lot of these, like what people will do, and this is a scam you'll see probably next week, is you're going to see people who are dusting tokens that are fake, or they're offering some sort of high rate for APY on staking your SHIB, like 3 times what they'll offer on ShibaSwap. And when you connect to the D app, it does one of two things. It either takes your private key if you're working with a local key. That means is that if you're using like not a ledger, if your key is stored in your computer, it can export data about your private key. And the second thing is it'll act like it's doing a transaction to stake it, but really the transaction is going to send SHIB to their wallet. So always double check in MetaMask or in your wallet exactly the details of the transaction, because you can make a D app that you connect to it, and I can say you're buying Daniel token, and really when you go to buy it, the transaction that actually gets sent is send 1 Ethereum to this wallet. So so always never be in a rush when you're buying. Always review every detail, because that's how it fails, and nobody should feel bad. The guy who started CryptoPunks fell for it when he was tired one night. I think it was like $1.3 million in NFTs. He is definitely a leader in the field, but guy was tired, opened the wrong site, connected his wallet, NFT gone.
Wow. And what was the story that happened recently with MetaMask? Somebody created basically a replica site that was, one letter off of the actual MetaMask website. People were logging in there and then obviously losing.
I'm not sure about that specifically, but I know that if you look for MetaMask, like there have been no shortage of counterfeit wallets for well-known ones. So Trust Wallet, MetaMask, and also the SafeMoon wallet, all of them got impersonated. And one can assume that if Saitama, when they released their wallet, first of all, anyone here who's a Saitama fan, until you get the official link from Saitama, until they on their Twitter post the link to it, and this is what it looks like in the App Store, verify who the developer is, verify the emails that are in it, because someone's pretty much 100% going to release a fake Saitama wallet that if you put any tokens in it, they're good as gone. Or it could be malware to steal from your other wallet. Ideally, if you're trying a new wallet or trying a new app and you don't know it's been used by 1 million people, you should probably install it on some other device just to test first.
Everto, anything to add there? Do you have anything that you use that is different, or how do you buy and sell?
Well, so personally, I have a spare phone. It was a brand new phone, and I don't even go on the internet at all with that. That's purely just to hold my wallets. And again, I use a ledger. But I was just going back to the whole scam thing. I just want people to know that if it sounds too good to be true, you know, give me your tokens, I'll double it, and here's your money back. Like, just don't fall for it. You know, it's just extremely sad at the moment. Yeah, that's the MetaMask thing as well. I did hear about that. They had basically completely copied it. The whole UI looked exactly the same. People were just connecting to it and then connecting to some strange websites and just getting all their tokens pulled.
Mr. Jeff has a super chat. So do you know how to find my average cost for my Shiba Inu in crypto.com? It's not right in front of you. They don't do a great job. I don't think they really do a great job on Coinbase either. But I believe I've found it on the web version, if I'm not mistaken. The easiest way to do is just keep a separate spreadsheet, right? Or what's the other app that Nut was telling us about? CoinStats, is that right?
Well, FTX. You can enter your portfolios as you buy it. Like as you purchase it, you can track it. But again, Apeboard, what I mentioned in the previous stream, there's actually a tab there for history, and it'll show you when you made a transaction and how much you bought it for, and also how much gas you paid. So you can track when you bought it, and you can correlate it to what your price was, and you can also track how much gas you paid for your action. There used to be
that's Ape, APE.
APEBOARD.finance. So it's just a really handy tool because you don't need to connect a wallet or anything. Another one that's good really for tax purposes, however, is cointracker.io, which is like the we're not paid by them. I just really am a fan. You put in your wallet address, it connects to like Coinbase, it connects to crypto.com, to most major exchanges. And for DeFi, you just add in your wallet address, and it takes your entire history of transactions and figures out not only how much tax you got to pay if you do the following things, but it also, if you sign up, which money well spent in my opinion, it'll actually notify you when there's chances for you to harvest loss. So if we're in a dip, if you got a chunk of Ethereum and we're in a dip, you can actually sell that Ethereum and buy it immediately back, and you can actually file for a capital gains loss. So excellent tool. It costs a bit of money, but well worth it.
Very nice. Friends Music saying, what does it mean with the Shiba burn? Everyone is talking about that. What is this? What will it happen? Okay. I know there's a lot of new people here. A lot of new people getting into crypto, which is great. And it's good that you're asking questions. So some people may know the answer to this, but I'll just quickly answer this one for Friends Music. Basically, the burn the first burn is going to be with the NFTs. Each time somebody changes the name of the NFT they purchase, some of that SHIB will be burned. What that does for the overall price of, the overall value, I should say, of Shiba Inu is it brings it up because we're taking the supply down. Okay, so it's just supply and demand. So I know a lot of new people in here, and this is a great conversation to have in terms of scamming, which wallets to use, what all these terms mean. And don't feel bad, I'm still learning from Daniel too. So.
And let's all remember as well, there is a burn happening every time that a company wants to list their token on the WOOF tab on ShibaSwap. You know, they have to burn $25,000 of leash and SHIB. So that's always something that's happening in the background as well.
This is the brilliant thing to see, is that you actually see outside money flowing in to the SHIB ecosystem. So, I mean, on the subject of burns, I think most people in our Discord know my opinion. If the value of your token is reliant on burning it, you're not creating value. But if you're burning it based on outside revenue coming in, then you're talking about a profitable model. So, I mean, if it's 25 grand to list a token, there are 11,000 tokens. That's a lot of that's no small amount out of circulation.
Yep. What is an NFT? Joe Rude, do you guys want to take that one? Or do you want me to jump in?
Roberto?
Well, it's a non-fungible token. It's I guess the basic way of kind of explaining it in simple terms is it's kind of like digital artwork, really, or a digital asset that you can kind of buy into, and you kind of sell it the same as you do a token. And, you sell it, the next person then wants to buy it, but they have to buy it higher. Then that person wants to sell it, they buy it higher, and it just keeps on climbing like a ladder. So trying to find these gems like CryptoPunks and is it Bored Ape? Yeah, exactly. That these are worth millions and millions of dollars at the moment, and I think a recent couple of CryptoPunks sold for something like $7 million, which is mad, isn't it? But The only issue I'm kind of seeing with the NFT space is I'm worried that it's going to get flooded because it's so easy to make an NFT. How do you find the new NFT that's going to blow up? It's really difficult. So yeah, it's a space to watch, but it's a tricky one to know how much to spend and if you should hold and the price goes up or down. It's a tricky one.
I would add one thing. Oh, go ahead, Daniel. I'll wait.
No, it's really a technology in search of a purpose, and like art just sort of became the first. I mean, for those who don't know, fungibility. When they say non-fungible, fungible means that two things are not interchangeable. What that means is that $2 or 2 Ethereum, like if I give you an Ethereum, you give me an Ethereum back. There's nothing unique about those two. So fungible means that it's pretty much unique in that it can't be duplicated in the sense that you can't replace one with the other and have it be just the same. But you see it trying to work its way into gaming. I personally, I'm really in search of a safe long-term hold for the NFT gaming space. I'm looking at Engine for it, but it's not. I can't consider it a low-risk investment to go for Engine. The high-risk investments in NFT gaming are very interesting. But again, you have art, you have that. It's starting to work its way into real estate, which is really fun to see. I'd like to see the SHIB ecosystem do more than just pictures of dogs for NFTs. Because if we can start getting, like, if they get into the NFT space and expand it beyond artwork and gaming, then that would be serious progress in that sphere. That could actually be a catalyst for major gains.
There's somebody in our Discord now, they just joined a couple hours ago, who's interested in the real estate space. And I said, well, you came to the right place. So be on the lookout for something. I told him to drop something in the Discord. But I want to add this point on NFTs. The one thing that makes them super valuable, and SHIB's pumping back up here right now as we speak, is scarcity, right? And that's the same thing with art, right? Or baseball card, right? Maybe that's an example that means something to you. Like if it's a one of one, right? For instance, my good friend just pulled a Joe Burrow card out of a baseball pack. It was a one of one. Just sold it on eBay for $40,000, by the way.
Wow.
Paid $50 to get in this box break. Now I don't know how much he lost, leading up to that, right? But I don't think it was that much. But yeah, he pulled out this one of one, and because it was a one of one, that creates scarcity. The value immediately is elevated on that, right? It's kind of funny. He turned around and sold it on eBay. Then he called me and was like, hey, I want to get into crypto. So kind of funny. But even baseball cards and things like that, I think eventually, and maybe it's already there or happening, those will become NFTs. And maybe I foresee you having the physical copy of something and the digital copy. And the person who wants to purchase one or both of those would pay for either one or both. Do you foresee that too, just in terms of collectibles? Anybody? I don't know who wants to go first.
I'm going to keep letting Everto go first. So
okay. Yeah, with collectibles especially, like for example, if Pokemon did decide to create NFTs, like the real NFTs, because there are some fake Pokemon ones out there too, but they are going to be huge collectible items. Like for example, in the real world, something like a Charizard, the shiny version, is I think worth something like $500,000 or something. That's because they only made a certain amount of them. But yeah, that's more or less what I've got to say on that, really.
I kind of drifted off the core of the question, but in terms of collectibles, stuff like that, I mean, I can't remember where I read about it, but there was an artist who was painting full out portraits and real paintings that take weeks to make, and then taking a scan of them, not just a picture, but he was taking some form of deep scan and then burning the original, and that became the actual artwork, which I think that was more the gimmick for the art itself. But what you're going to start to see is more functional NFTs, because I think I'm hearing myself again in background of someone, but. What you're going to see is that NFTs. Okay, Ethereum is not a good platform to have NFTs on. It is a horrible platform to have. A big part of the reason why gas prices have been crazy in the last week, 2 weeks, give or take, and especially in the last few days, is because of minting NFTs on OpenSea. And I mean, you can open the gas tracker anytime. You can see that the biggest consumer of mining time is OpenSea. It's been that way for at least 3 weeks. But I mean, Ethereum as a protocol to mint NFTs isn't really efficient. This is why Solana is doing so well with it. But eventually the technology is going to get to a point where you're going to have programs inside of it. So you'll have a picture, something like that. But think there was a token we looked at in the Discord a few days ago. Not recommending it, just bringing it up as something interesting. But it's called Bakery something. The name of the token is Bake. But if you check out their site, they've got like a very interesting concept. It isn't done well there, but the concept is great. That you buy the NFT and it's like a Game Boy cartridge. So you'll have like a game player, and the NFT is what actually gets loaded into, is what gets read. And if you connect the wallet to the game player, and if you have that NFT, you own that game. So like bring that into the space. Like I foresee the next Nintendo Switch or something like that having an NFT element to it, where ownership of a game or ownership of an album, stuff like that. So these are being explored nowadays, but they're being explored horribly. Like there's not really good interface between a person who makes music and a person and a company who makes NFTs for that to be your album. So it'll take a bit of time to develop, but very interesting space.
Love that. And so we're looking right now at the number of holders, which is climbing by the minute. 703,469 holders. This is just crazy to watch. When I came on, it was just over 700,000. So we've almost got, well, it was actually 701,000. So I think we've gained 2,000 holders here in a short amount of time. So amazing to see. Gabriel's got a super chat. Let's see what this says. I wish there was a way to invest in NFT technology, not NFTs exactly. I think 3D printing, blueprints would be perfect for that space. Well, I'm sure there's a way to do that through the stock market, but is there another way to do it? I'm not sure.
If we mean like copywriting, for copyright purposes, definitely, because it could be anything from like, I mean, yes, agree with this statement, but to take it a step further, voting. I mean, if you want to have the most secure voting, NFT to everyone who's eligible to vote, and they can just connect a wallet, and your NFT is now your vote. There's unforgeable votes. It definitely belongs to that person. I think there's actually companies who are working on that in Africa. I think Cardano and I think SafeMoon are actually have at least ideas in the pipe for something like that. If to invest in NFT as a technology at the moment, the only way to do it is to invest in the chain that's more efficient for it. So Solana is the forget the French term for it, but what's hot today is the hot topic today about it. I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about Ergo yet, but Ergo is definitely something to keep an eye on. Cardano's NFTs are good. They don't seem to cost a lot of ADA, but that needs to be tested when it's really heavily in use.
Daniel, since you've mentioned it, you want to let everybody know kind of what Ergo is, like it's just a snapshot. And before you get there, thank you everybody out there for being here. These are two of our private community members in our Discord community, in our Patreon community. It's all one and the same. Let me just show you that real quick on screen. The link is down in the description if you want to come over and join us. We've got an amazing community already and building it out day by day. So these are two top-notch individuals in that community that are very, very knowledgeable in the field. And Daniel, Ergo, what do you got?
Well, I mean, if you're bullish on ADA, you should definitely have your eyes on Ergo. Ergo is made by a collection of people who were among the first people to work at Cardano, at IOHK. One of their core developer was one of the co-founders of Chainlink. It's one of these under the radar tokens that you really don't hear much about because they haven't really marketed. They're kind of finishing all the tech before it. Now they're a proof of work counterpart kind of to Cardano. Think of it this way: they have a complete blockchain with NFTs. They've got stable coins in it. They've got exchange that should be up in a month or so. They have a wallet, everything you can imagine. All that stuff that you hear like hype tokens nowadays advertising is in the pipeline. They had it and they get it done. I mean, they said they wanted a wallet. They got a wallet done in something like 3 weeks, and they just did it on their own. But on top of that, you also have no gas. It's a blockchain that has no gas to it. It's a static fee, kind of how Dogecoin works. So like you would pay 0.001 Ergo as a static fee, but they have some innovations. Like the group of people working on Ergo are the types of geniuses at the Vitalik Buterin level and the Charles Hoskinson level. Like they are the PhDs who are published dozens of times on all sorts of very abstract blockchain concept. So it's like it's Bitcoin when it's in its early days, when it operated on forums and it was a bunch of crypto geeks and a bunch of hackers just working on an idea, and they really haven't done any marketing yet. So it's a very exciting project, and if anyone's bullish on, I mean, they work very closely with ADA. When Cardano wanted to test things for smart contracts that Cardano's Ouroboros network didn't support, they asked Ergo if they could use them, and they just let them execute tests on their network. And so there's a lot of interplay there, and they're also probably most likely to be the primary supporter of oracles for Cardano. So there's a ton of interplay. So if you're bullish on, like, personally, my ratio at the moment is I hold about 1 Ergo for every 6 about 6 ADA I have. So that's my ratio. I'm not recommending that to anyone. I'm just saying that's the bullishness factor here. But their supply is extremely low, and it really seems that there's the potential there to be a replacement for Bitcoin, or something like, not this year, 4, 5, 6, 7 years down the way. Like, if you're looking, if today you asked a mathematician and a cryptographer what could replace Bitcoin and do everything that Ethereum does, that's one of the names that'll come up.
Awesome.
Yeah, just to add to that, Zach, I must say in the Discord when Daniel showed it, I like to play like the sort of devil's advocate and try and find any negatives that I can. And I must admit, on the Ergo, I found nothing. Like, it really is all positives, and it really could be something massive.
Yeah, and I was begging people in Discord to play. Someone be devil's advocate. Someone temper this here, because what's going on.
And where can Ergo be had? ERGO. For those of you just popping in, we're talking Ergo.
The coin. You can pull it up on CMC if you want in front of you. But the name of the token, the ticker symbol is ERG. And at the moment, it's a bit of a pain to get. You can get it on KuCoin if you're in North America and Europe. I understand that I personally got it on Hotbit, but Hotbit is a bit of a mess in terms of KYC. It takes a few days to get set up and all. At the moment, it is not close to its all-time low. But it's sort of midway. It's 1138. I think its high is 20. But it's all-time low during a massive dip during the crypto winter that ended beginning of this year. It was like 75 cents, something like that. But definitely huge potential in it.
Yeah, I mean, look at the total supply, the back supply, and circulating supply as well.
And actually, one of their community members made a site called ergo101.org. And if you open that, it's actually got basically a breakdown of what it is, what exists, where it stands, all that stuff. The one thing they really lack is, because they had no ICO, because the developers didn't make them sell tokens, they don't have a marketing budget. And they're nerds, so they don't care about marketing. They care about science and math. So eventually my thinking is that eventually someone's going to see this project, which has got tech that doesn't exist in other blockchains and easily accomplishes things that people praise other blockchains for. And they're just going to say, okay, I'm going to give you guys $100 million and let's market this.
Trevor Norris has a super chat. I read that developers of Shib are related to Kuma. I heard it was the developers of Leash. Do you have any thoughts on Kuma and where it might go? So, Trevor, thank you for the super chat. I have not looked into it very closely yet. I've talked to a couple people about it. I know it's very speculative. Have you all heard of this one? It came up a lot. It was just yesterday in yesterday's live stream. A lot of people were talking about it. Kuma, we'll pull it up here.
Yeah, I've heard about it, but I must admit I haven't sort of dove into it and had a real good look yet. It's definitely on the list of things to look at.
I understand it got the Nutsack's seal of approval, or
oh,
am I correct?
It
so
did.
I heard that through the grapevine, and so I will definitely. I started looking at it before this stream, and will continue after. I haven't done my research on it just yet, so I'm not going to give it a yes, but I mean, there's interest there. The problem is there's just so many of the meme of just dog tokens and their derivatives. I mean, everyone can expect that tomorrow there'll be a Kuma Inu Elon or something like that. So,
100%. I couldn't find it on CoinMarketCap, so it didn't really have anything here. So we'll pull up the website here briefly. And thank you, Trevor, for the super chat. Community focused, of course, DeFi cryptocurrency project consisting of Kuma Breeder, Kuma Dex, and Kuma NFT. I think you're seeing a lot of these new projects immediately focus in on NFTs and focus in on gaming. And I don't think that's a bad idea. I think we saw that with Saitama. I think Shib is trying to play catch up a little bit in that regard. But the good thing for them is they have the community. They have a little bit more history behind it. But I think these new ones that are coming out, that's what I'm seeing, NFT and gaming. And obviously there's a cross-pollination there between those two sectors as well. All right, let's head back to the SHIB charts here. Where are we at? Okay, we're heading back up. We're at the 2.8 level. Man, this is just amazing. So we were talking about earlier, you know, you'd like to see less of a meteoric rise, Daniel Aniverto. Are we seeing the healthy correction that you wanted, or is this kind of too bullish, too straight up?
Personally, I would like to see a day of sideways movement at least, but this is looking relatively healthy actually. Like we're making quite a few resistance points. So what's not going to happen is a huge sell off all the way back down to where we were, say, you know, a couple of weeks ago. That's just so unlikely. I mean, anything's possible, obviously, but you know, if we do have a sell off here, we're going to hit the resistance at sort of the 200 to 2100 level, that sort of area. And then after that, we've got another resistance point at the 1600 level, and then another one at the 200 level. So there's quite a few resistance points we've got to go past before we start, say, I hate using that word, but the whole crashing down. I just don't see it happening with the way the chart's going at the moment.
The way the chart's going at the moment, we're just going to keep going up. Every time anyone gives a call that, yeah, it's going to readjust, 3 hours later.
It's like perfect steps, isn't it? Almost.
I agree 100% with Alberto. I would love to see 24 hours of moving sideways, because then it really locks in that price level and that it keeps that level of support. Again, I don't want to burst anyone's bubble. Like if it's gonna skyrocket, it's gonna skyrocket. I'm not gonna stop it. But at a certain point, if you keep going up and up and up and up, and you don't build support under it, then when you eventually turn down, you turn down much harder.
ASV had a super chat. Let me get to that real quick. And maybe a silly question for you, but need to ask. Everyone checking the charts to predict the future, but every move looks unique to me. What am I missing? Well, there is technical analysis involved, but sometimes those rules are broken. And I think we're starting to see that with SHIB a little bit. So another super chat. Thank you for that super chat too. What do you think about game tokens like Mario and Sonic, Zelda game, or the anime tokens like Goku and Luffy Inu? That's another one I've heard a lot about. I think the gaming tokens have a bright future. Are these going to be winners in the long term? I think it's still too early yet. What do you all think on that?
Yeah, I think that the games tokens are going to be going to fill a huge hole in the market. But what I would like to see is that at the moment we've got a lot of speculative games coming out, and it would be nice to see some of these huge games companies, you know, like EA or it's something, so a big one
Epic,
like that.
Epic
Epic, bringing out something as well, just to so we can put our tokens in and it be a less speculative play. But I'm in quite a few gaming tokens at the moment, and they're all doing extremely well. And I'm going to be holding those gaming tokens until they launch, and some of them aren't launching until next year. So yeah, big things I think for gaming tokens.
Well, this actually touches on a subject we had in the classroom a couple times ago. One was that if you're making, I mean, there's a difference between making a game that has crypto and gamifying trading. So like there's a lot of these projects who have basically just gamified holding a token, which I don't think is very strong. Like ideally you want to have a game that without crypto people want to play, is fun to play without crypto, and then just elevate it a bit with some crypto into it, maybe bring some additional people. But I mean, if you make a game that is mediocre and it has crypto, you're probably just attracting investors as opposed to attracting gamers. Now, I don't know the markets of those well enough to tell which is actually more profitable. I'm pretty sure that gaming, last I checked, was like $120 billion a year industry. So if you can attract a sizable portion of that market share, to people who want to play your game regardless of the crypto, then you're really then you got a solid thing. So I'm actually on the hunt for a project like that. I'm not seeing terribly good candidates. Something I consider to be medium risk. Like I would concur 100% with Roberto that if we saw EA or Riot Games or Epic Games like make an ecosystem for trading it. So the closest thing right now is Engine to that, I think. I could be wrong on that, but the closest thing I found that actually looks reliable is Engine. But I don't see, I can't in good conscience rank Engine as being non-speculative and being low risk. But you know, it's again, it's another expression that the technology of NFTs really needs to evolve.
Good, Jacob. Thank you for the super chat. Also, very tough to call this one. Appreciate that, my friend. Lost my train of thought. I was reading chat and something came up that was interesting, and now I lost it. Where the heck is it? Well, while I remember, real quick, TV timeout. Smash the like button real quick if you haven't. Almost over 2,000 people hanging out, so this is really cool. I know a lot of people are new, so we were talking about this earlier. Be very careful. A lot of scams out there. Let me bring this back up, actually. If you see this on any of these live streams that are surfacing, just make sure you don't fall for anything they're trying to sell or take from you. So this is a telltale sign. And also what Iverto said was, if it sounds too good to be true, it's probably not real, right? So yes, send your address here. We'll double it. We'll triple it. Don't do it.
I would actually accent that. I cannot think of a single case I can think of only one case, and I won't even tell people what it is, but in the entirety of crypto, where the correct thing to do is to send somebody your crypto and expect something back. You can always assume that if the request is send your crypto to this address, you will not see those coins again. There are specific cases, exceptions, but it's not like one would be like Changely, which is an exchange for different blockchains. Okay, that's an exception, but that's a site that you went to, and they do that that is an established site that's been around for at least 10 years.
Appreciate that. We're doing a giveaway this month too, everybody out there. So just follow me on Twitter, subscribe to the channel right here, become a Patreon or YouTube member at any level. Winner announced on Halloween, and this will be the first of many giveaways. So make sure you come on over and join us. And of course, you can just join us right at the Patreon right off the bat too. We've got that link down in the description, and a lot of people jumping in today and yesterday, of course, with SHIB running the way it is. So it's been exciting. Back to the charts.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm going to cut in on that note specifically. It would be lovely if there is anyone in the audience who is well versed or interested in crypto in Asia and an Asian, basically how things function within China and the Asian markets. What we're kind of missing at the moment in the Discord community is people with a very good working knowledge of how things work in the Asian, Indian markets, so that we can get perspective from that. So if anyone wants to, again, if it helps, I'll reimburse you in USDT for the cost of your first month. But we need minds that have a good viewpoint on how, not just specifically China, Asia in general, but we really want some Chinese, like how a Mandarin speaking person is best. But if we can get like how things are working in China, because there's a lot of activity of crypto coming from China, especially lately, and we can only guess from the outside.
My mic wouldn't unmute. I appreciate that. Yeah, thank you for adding that. And definitely, we're a pretty diverse group, but we could definitely use that. And, you know, a lot of people ask too, you know, why are there not a lot of women in crypto? I mean, in our private community, we have quite a few women, actually, I think. Trina comes to mind, Missy. Oh, shoot. Who else do we have? Somebody help me out. Gabrielle. There's many more, right? But the numbers are getting up there, so it's like, I can't. But speaking of the numbers, 2861 level here on SHIB. This is looking super bullish again. I mean, it's just amazing. Volume's down a little bit, but what are your thoughts?
Goodness is in about an hour and a half is when we usually see the volume increase coming in from the Asian markets. So, I mean, if we look at just the last 3, 4, 5 days, around the noon, there's two spikes. One is the noon time London, and the other is 2 a.m. London time. Those are when we start to see a nice increase, and as best as we can tell, it kind of correlates to the Indian and Asian marketplaces. So we saw a nice little spike a few moments ago, which is why we started the stream. So it may be amplified by that.
Love it. And I forgot Moni's in here too. Welcome, Moni. I know there's a lot of people in our private community. Shout out to all of you in the private community. I'm available in Australia and Asia, Silverback Gorilla. Well, come on over and join us. Come on over and join us. Goku coins, Zelda coin, or game coins can get copyright from original creators like Nintendo. It's an interesting thought. Shib for the long term, yes. Wendy O Crypto, great content creator. I would love to collaborate with her. If anybody knows Wendy, I've been trying to reach out to her. She's hard to track down, so I would love to do a dual live stream with Wendy if anybody wants to help facilitate that. Let's see, all-time high. Not quite. We're not quite there. We're at the 2.8 level. We need to be at the 3.8 level for the all-time high. It's not Argo, it's Ergo, Nathan. ERGO. That's what we were talking about earlier. ERGO. Predictions. Anybody want to handle the predictions question?
Go on then. I would like to see us hit the all-time high this year. I think it is going to hit the all-time high, but then there is going to be a strong resistance, an extremely strong resistance. If we can get to the all-time high, consolidate at that level for even a week or so with a little bit of a down, then we can probably surpass it. But I think anybody saying that it's going to go any higher than all-time high, I mean, again, anything's possible, but I just think it's unlikely. But yeah, I think that's where we could see ourselves by the end of the year.
I just want to see us, honestly, because we just noticed that we might surpass Litecoin tonight if we keep up the trend. Then if we could go for a week being above Litecoin in the top 10s, then I'm interested to see if suddenly all these business channels start putting Shiba Inu on their crypto list that they show by default. If that happens, then you actually have a chance of institutional investors looking at it and being like, all right, I want in. All right, I'll take 10 grand and I'll throw it in. Like what? You got someone who's sitting on a $10 million nest egg. They'll throw 10,000, 20,000 in to get into this whole crypto game. So at the moment, I didn't do the math yet as to what price puts us above Litecoin, but we're not far from it at the moment. It's something like 15% higher than we are now. So it comes out to about 31.40, something like that. So a little bit under the all-time high. So when we start to meet the resistance, but if we can keep that level for a good week, then that becomes extremely exciting.
Speaking of press coverage, Fox Business discussed, they didn't have like a full-on discussion, but they flashed it up there briefly, like what's going on with this crypto type of thing. We saw a lot of that in May too with Dogecoin. Do you think Shiba Inu could be the Dogecoin of this kind of push, or at least maybe grouped in with it in big outlets like Yahoo Finance, which they've already covered SHIB quite a lot. NASDAQ has covered recently. TV news, do you think they'll be grouped in with Doge? Because Doge got a lot of love earlier this year.
You go first, Dan.
Well, the thing I think is a shame is that, I mean, the only public face of SHIB that I can think of besides YouTubers is Shytoshi, and I don't see him going on to Fox News to discuss SHIB. I think what's really missing is like a public face to it. I mean, if Shytoshi, if he's listening, if he could, if there could be some, I don't know, some sort of vote, like the first thing of the DAO token, anything like that, to select a public face of SHIB that could go on the news. I mean, Hoskinson showing up on the news, Vitalik Buterin showing up in an interview is no small part in people's interest. I mean, hearing Vitalik Buterin talk about Ethereum and his general philosophies on finance and innovation is a big boon to the popularity of Ethereum, because you see there is a brain behind this, and it is a good brain. I think what's really lacking is a public face in terms of adoption for that. If there was an actual spokesperson or a spokes agency, even better, that represented SHIB, that would do great, because right now you have people who vaguely understand crypto, who are investors, who are sitting there talking about it, and most of the time they're getting at least half of it wrong.
So let's talk about who Shytoshi is. Let's. I know it's going to be all over the place, but it's a fun exercise. Who is Shytoshi? What do y'all think?
Well, I genuinely think that he is he's a brilliant mind. I think he's got all of this figured out, and that's what I think a lot of people don't know. Like this whole ecosystem, what they've been doing is just building all these little cogs here and there, and now what they're doing is they're starting to bring it all together. And when that starts running like a real well-oiled engine, that's when we're going to see all of these big investors coming in saying, oh, well, looks like they've got something there. And that's when all that money's going to start coming in.
Placebo
Eject says it's you, Daniel.
It is not me. But on the internet, denying is as good as confirming. So sure, why not? The funniest would be is if it was Hal Finney's son. Hal Finney, for those who don't know, is the most likely candidate for being Satoshi Nakamoto. So if it's Hal Finney's son, that would be just wonderful.
I love it. A lot of questions coming in on Robinhood. So we covered this in an earlier stream, and we'll kind of rehash this. So yes, Robinhood did buy reserves, right? And does that mean they will list it eventually? Most likely, right?
Strictly speaking, it's not okay. It hasn't been strictly confirmed that it's Robinhood, but there's just very few other groups who fit the profile. I mean, unless there's some extremely secretive group that acquired a bunch of SHIB independently, it's an exchange, and it's definitely a custodial exchange. And the only ones left really are the only ones left who actually have pressure to do it and have the resources to acquire that much. Robinhood.
Makes a lot of sense. Everta, thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, as Daniel said, it's all really speculative at the moment, but my gut feeling especially with those I think there were 2 or 3 main wallets that were kind of buying up SHIB. New wallets like that just screams out that it could potentially be Robinhood just buying up the liquidity for their customers.
I mean, the other full disclosure, there is one actual potential other candidate, and that's Winter. I forget the second part of it, but
Wintermute.
Wintermute. Yeah, so they're the liquidity group, but I don't see them. They just got a bunch of SHIB. I don't see them go, but I mean, it could be traffic related to them. But again, that's the likelihood of that being it is very slim. But they're the other group who has the resources to make this traffic.
So talking about just this run up, I know I got your thoughts on this, Daniel, but is it multifaceted, Everta? And you could surely jump in after this, Daniel, too. Is it multifaceted? Obviously, that's a piece of it. Kyle, I see your super chat. We're going to come to you in just a sec. But what else do you think is maybe the top 3 maybe reasons why we're seeing this big push? If we had to narrow it down, what do you think?
Okay, so I'm thinking that it's a Robinhood rumor. 2 is that Shytoshi's been speaking about the NFTs dropping either late this week or potentially early next week. And Shibarium coming out this year. I mean, Shibarium really is going to be the big hitter there. That's going to, layer 2 solution. It's going to be lowering all the fees. And again, as I said, that's bringing it all together then. And then the institutional money is really going to start pouring in.
Actually, someone in chat just brought up an interesting idea. What if Grayscale is going to announce a 1% position in SHIB? That would just be
wow. That would blow
what
the
if? It's a what
off.
if. I didn't say they will. I said what if.
That would be crazy. Kyle Walsh chiming in. We'll be getting membership with you in Austin, Amazing Souls. Thanks, Kyle. Appreciate that, man. And can't wait to have you join us over here at the private community. Real quick, we'll plug that while we seamlessly put that into the stream. There you go. $10 package, $20 package, supporter, insider level. Link down in the description. Come over and check us out. We'd love to have you join us. Any other thoughts on that, Daniel, in terms of like what's really driving this? Is it just Robinhood? Is it the ease of Coinbase now that it's listed there and that's like driving more FOMO? What do you think?
So in terms of institutional adoption, it's difficult to track. But going by the sizes of the buys, it doesn't, like, you're either seeing massive buys directed towards the same wallets, or you're seeing a lot of smaller buys. By smaller, I mean less than a billion SHIB. Not to rag on anybody, but in the scale of people having money, it's, a billion SHIB is not a lot. There was, like I mentioned in the previous stream, there is evidence that there are Chinese nationals trying to expatriate some money to crypto, and because Shiba Inu is not necessarily on the same radars as Bitcoin or Ethereum would be, that it seems like a safer place to maybe stash money for 5-6 years. That's it. There is evidence to that. It's not solid at all, but yeah. So I think that. And it's also fear. There's a lot of fear going around in the stock market and real estate markets. There's just in general the news, and crypto seems to be the one spot in general right now that doesn't really have much fear going on. Finally, after this nice month, after this lovely September we just finished. And yeah, it's, you can see, I mean, I have family members who are not tech savvy and whom are not were never really interested in crypto. They're not asking about SHIB, but they're asking about those dog coins they keep hearing about, and they're asking to be informed about it. And these are people who it took a long time for them to adopt Facebook. So I think I'd mentioned this either last time or the time before, but the steps that SHIB needs to take if they want to be the adoption. I mean, the people who have the money nowadays are the people in their 70s. 70s and 80s, and as they pass on, they'll start moving their money towards people who are SHIB buyers today. But if those people can get their older relatives involved in it, and more importantly, if the ecosystem can make a friendlier way than the current, I mean, Coinbase, like all the centralized exchanges that exist today are fantastic for something like that, which is why Robinhood might actually be good. I don't know how many older people like 65 and up today use Robinhood. I just don't have numbers on that. But it'd be interesting to see if there's if the community can think of ways that it would be easier for people 65 and over today who are medium tech savvy to adopt SHIB, then you could see a much broader adoption. Because once you get 2, 3, 4% of people 65 up holding SHIB, then the word spreads very quickly, and they can ask their grandchildren or children to help them set this up, and there's a nice way of adoption.
I love that. Nick J, thank you again for another super chat, man. You've been super supportive over the last couple of weeks. It does not go unnoticed, so thank you. Nick J, lost my crypto as described by you. The earlier ways to lose it. Hypothetically, can someone hack it back to the rightful owner? That is virtually impossible, right? I mean, I don't know. Is it worth your time, Everto or Daniel?
I'm sorry. We're talking about like somebody either they sent it to a wallet that was obviously never going to return it, or they attached to a DApp. If it depends how it was lost. If it was you sent it to another wallet, the chances are very, very, very slim. There are organizations who do investigate and track, and they're actually pretty effective. But they're really effective for like multi-million-dollar thefts. So when you have exchanges getting hacked or large platforms getting hacked and losing tens of millions or hundreds of millions of dollars, the difference is that those companies have access to investigators who have relations with the majority of miners. So the miners can get some IP data and some metadata to maybe figure out where the wallet's located. But if the person pulling off the scam is a skilled hacker, then it's very easy to get lost in crypto. Like you may be able to locate the person. Obtaining the funds back is a different story altogether. I think in mid 2019, I forget the name of the exchange, but there was an exchange that was hacked for some $12 million, and they found the guy. And in court, he just said he doesn't remember the password to access his key phrase. It was a Bitcoin wallet. So and the court cannot compel him, and they can't hack it. So unless they find a way around SHA-256, there is no way for them to access the funds. So he can just wait out his prison term and then send it to a mixer after. I mean, if you're sitting on $20 million of gains, whatever, okay, wait 10 years in prison and retire. So short answer, if it's a small amount, it's probably not worth pursuing. If it's through an application that stole it, then there's a chance. So if you're connected to a malicious dApp, or if somebody somehow, or if there was a malicious app installed on a device that has your wallet, then there's a better chance. But if the data you have to work off of is the wallet address of the person, the short answer is probably not.
Good stuff. Another super chat. What do we got? Beta G. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Can I take Coinbase to court if I have a proof with screenshots of BTC and ETH dropping to $1 many times my orders were not executed? I don't think so. I mean, they're just going to claim that there was what? I mean, the network was crowded. I mean, what? I don't know. Is there any legs there? I don't know.
I'm waiting for Roberto to talk because
So
I don't want to be rude.
Well, no, it's fine. I mean, I haven't really got much to say on that. I mean, I haven't seen that particular thing ever before, saying dropping down to $1. But a lot of exchanges, sorry, do go through like some bugs. Like even I use crypto.com, and I think that's brilliant. But you see it every now and again. It just has this weird spike, and you know that it's just some sort of glitch that's just happened. When you actually do a transaction, the real transaction price is on the confirmation screen when you're clicking confirm. The app might tell you a completely different price, but as soon as you then want to sell or buy, it's the price on the confirmation screen is the one that you want to look at. That is the true price.
Appreciate that. Daniel, do you have something on that?
There are class action. I mean, it depends if you're talking about a glitch where suddenly ETH was worth $1 and you didn't buy a $1 ETH versus other exchanges like I think what was the name? Hotbit, not Hotbit. One of the ones that ends in bit. I forget the name. I forget the start of it. But where you'll have like it's a profitable time to sell ETH and suddenly they restrict trading of ETH. So stuff like that has had class action lawsuits before. So, but that really has to be, it's the same thing with that Robinhood went through, if I'm not mistaken, with what was it? It was AMC or was it GameStop? One of the two. But there is a class action lawsuit for that. So there may be ground to stand on if you would have made $100,000 and by selling ETH at this particular moment, or by selling SHIB at this particular moment, and they restricted sales, there may be ground to stand on, but you need to get people together for a class action suit.
Appreciate that. And we've got something coming in from Kevin. Thanks for the super chat, man. Rick and Morty token was a rug pull. I lost $5K. Also sold my girlfriend's dog. Oh, man, it's brutal. In order to buy more coins, the devs stole more than 500,000. I had heard about this one, Rick and Morty token, I mean, here and there, but man, that's brutal, man. I'm sorry to hear that. And good thing is it's still early in your crypto journey. And man, that's brutal.
Yeah, that sounds really horrible. But first of all, dogs for life.
Yeah, man.
You can't sell your dog.
Yeah, man.
But the whole Rick and Morty thing, I kept seeing it in the chat and in many streams, and I was just saying, like, really look into these tokens because the Rick and Morty was going to have a lawsuit coming its way at some point anyway. You can't really steal names like that without other companies who actually own the rights to those names coming after you. It's just not going to last very long. But yeah, I'm extremely sorry to hear that you lost that amount of money.
But you can't hop into a stream from a dog-based coin talking about I sold my girlfriend's dog and not expect everyone to get mad at you. What did you think we were going to say?
Right, exactly. My crypto.com account froze for the last 2 hours. Am I the only one going through this? Tita, I've had it happen to me. It's been working pretty okay for the last month or so, but I've had it happen. We were just kind of addressing it. It does happen. But crypto.com is pretty good. I would say I've had a little bit more issues with Coinbase, actually, in my experience.
In his unbiased opinion.
Well, yeah, as I said, I use crypto.com and I really like their whole user interface. I think it's extremely friendly. It's one of those exchanges that if someone who had no idea of how crypto really works and just wanted to get into it, it's quite an easy app to use. So I recommend it for the exchanges, but I also have the other side, which I'm sure Daniel's going to say, is that I much prefer DEX anyway to exchanges. So, things like having a Trust wallet, MetaMask, having multiple wallets. I mean, I've got about 4 or 5 different wallets as well that have all different types of coins in. But yeah, Daniel will probably talk a bit more about that one.
Well, I avoid centralized exchanges like they're poison. And with the exception of purchasing Ergo on a centralized exchange, because that's pretty much the only place you can get it, I really haven't, and the exception of Crowcoin, which I could only get on crypto.com, I don't think I've actually used a centralized exchange in at least 4 years. So I try to stick 100% DEX, and what's good to see is that the technologies behind it are progressing so that you won't actually need centralized. I mean, there are benefits to centralized exchanges. Like if your coins are stolen, they can be returned. Like they were, like the Coinbase and Crypto.com and Robinhood and all them. If the actual contents of your account got hacked and got compromised, then there is a chance you can get reimbursed from their funds. But I personally prefer to keep my own hands on my own crypto because it's sort of the whole purpose. I don't know. And not just that. It's also the freedom of DeFi is that people can innovate something and you can get in on it, and it's not being controlled by some general manager who's overseeing the whole thing. So, and it's a much more development oriented environment.
No question. Floyd's got a super chat. Everyone is talking about a SHIB burn to lower the circulating supply. Could you guys give your opinion on when and how this might happen? So they're working on that right now, actually. It's coming out soon. The Shiboshis, the NFT, that'll be a burn mechanism. But Shytoshi has said that there's going to be many of these burn mechanisms built in over time. And Daniel was actually just mentioning a little bit ago that hopefully these burn mechanisms actually add value in some way. So that's something to watch. Hopefully you're not just burning tokens because that's a way to, make it more profitable.
No, if you're only burning tokens and not basing it upon external revenue coming in, then it's just a fancy way of shuffling money between people. And the analogy we used in the classroom was if I open a store, if my family opens a store and the only customers are my family, then my family can get really big and I can get really rich off of the store. But if nobody's buying something who isn't a member of my family, then my family isn't making money. So I give a horrible version of the analogy there, but you get the gist.
Definitely. I've got a couple of super chats here we got to get to. When we talk about burning, which coins are we talking about? Are there available coins in circulation which can be burned without burning the coins which are held by holders? This would be the total supply, Samuel. Total supply.
Yeah, they won't be burning anything that you hold. Yeah, right. Whatever you hold is yours.
If you're looking for the opportune time logistically for them to accomplish a burn, it would be during the Shibarium release. Because if they're making a layer 2 or a parachain, then at some point you're going to migrate the same way you would move ETH onto Polygon. You would accomplish the same general thing. You would move SHIB onto Shibarium or Bone onto Shibarium. And at that point, what you can do is that's your bridge where you can accomplish a burn.
And Samuel, thank you for. Oh, good. Daniel,
but sorry. I wouldn't agree. But that I wouldn't agree unless there's an external income involved there. I personally, just on principle, I don't agree on burning tokens just to inflate value.
Yeah, and also like what we're doing at the moment, or Shytoshi's doing, is it's a slow burn over time. Like we've all said from the start, SHIB is a long-term hold. If you've only held SHIB for 2-3 months, like that's really days that we're waiting. Like you need to be waiting a year, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. And what's going to happen over the time is that there are going to be these slow burns. There's no point having a huge 99% burn right now without getting the reach of the holders. We need to get the holders up, 2, 3, 4, 5 million. Then the burns can start coming in and everybody will gain from that. But slow burn, honestly, is the way. It really is.
Agree 100%. And Samuel, I just wanted to shout out Samuel real quick. He did send this $10 super chat in and also a $20 super chat. Thank you so much, Samuel. I saw that. That was actually a super sticker. So just wanted to mention that. But I agree with you 100%, Everto. The burns will happen over time. Right now, it's about growing the ecosystem. We're still so new, right? I mean, August 2020 was the launch, so we're just over a year in. I'm with you 100%, man. And Daniel, anything to add on that? Do you share that sentiment?
I'm very split on burns. They have their purpose in specific cases. Like there are tokens which are based around burns, which they actually serve a purpose there by design. But I'm very split on the value of burns long term. In terms of the speed of a burn with SHIB, there is a lot of potential for new ways for them to accomplish it while they develop the ecosystem. So eager to see where it goes, but I don't see what's currently in place as a burn. I don't see having a major impact on the price. It's more psychological that there is a burn because there's so many people demanding burns.
Okay, so we've got some new information coming in from Shytoshi, actually. For all of you new SHIB Army recruits, please start here. Okay, so that's the I Am Ryoshi Medium paper. But then just very recently, 32 minutes ago, looking for a game studio. Meanwhile, not going to happen with Shiboshis. The game is my pet project, among others. So I'm not sure what this means. Do you all want to read between the lines there?
It's very cryptic, isn't it?
Yeah. Let's see, Twitter.
I'm going to pull up the link that he sent out too here. Evolved Apes NFT creator Evil Ape disappears with 2.7 million. Buyers got their NFTs, but a promise of a fighting game built around them went up in smoke. So Evolved Apes is a collection of 10,000 unique NFTs for purchase on the NFT marketplace OpenSea. Okay, so that's kind of building on the same thing that he's trying to do with Shiboshis and Bored Ape Yacht Club. They did a similar thing. Each of them was also meant to be a character in an Evolved Apes fighting game in which NFT owners could pit their apes against one another in the battles of Ethereum cryptocurrency rewards, just as ancient hominoids did thousands of years ago. Okay. What are we getting at here? The money was raised through the sale of NFTs, was expected to be used to support the development and marketing of the game. The situation started to look sticky, though, in September, according to a report, as project leaders began to fall off the radar and communications grew erratic. It also came to light that the artist was a project that fully paid winners of social media contests hadn't been given their NFT prizes. So he's basically, I think what he's saying here is this happened, but it won't happen with our project. I think, and I haven't forgotten about Rathina Parkash. You got the name right. Could you DM me your wallet? Don't know what happened there. Yeah, I'm going to need time to look into this, everybody, but if you know what's going on, feel free to chime in.
I'm bullish to hear about the gaming studio requirement. That's something that was actually on my mind about the ecosystem of development. Is it going to be the SHIB, like the Shiba Swap developers, which are sort of a sparse group. They're not in an office. There's no office to it. It's a lot of people on Discord really. Is how they're going to coalesce around making a game. And like I mentioned earlier, my concern about NFT gaming in general is: are you going to make a good game and then add crypto to it, or are you going to just gamify investment? And it's I am encouraged by seeing that they're actually looking for a proper studio. I'm curious to see who answers them. If there's anyone listening who happens to work with a major studio and would wish to bring it to the attention of their superiors, it might be a good idea.
So I actually know a guy who works at Epic Gaming. I literally could text him. Maybe I will. I mean, Epic's pretty big, right? I think they're up there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know
Epic's
anything about
huge.
Let's just say they're not small.
I know Fortnite, Epic Gaming. That's where I stop with my knowledge.
They're extremely. Epic Games is very large. Yes.
So hey, it's worth a shot. I'll give him a shout. He might even be a SHIB holder. Who knows?
The only thing I want to say is if I hear Tencent, I'm out. If I hear Tencent is developing SHIB's game, I am out of here.
Gotcha. Will pooling liquidity or staked SHIB tokens from ShibaSwap reflect the token's price? Would be a smart move. That's a good question. Will pooling liquidity or staked Shiba tokens from ShibaSwap reflect the token's price? Would that be a smart move? I'm going to defer. Everto, you got anything on this?
That's a tough one for me. I think Daniel's
Daniel?
better fit for those types of questions.
I'm not 100% clear on what's being.
Yeah.
I mean, if what they mean is does it count as volume when you? It's a direct contract interaction. If you're staking or unstaking SHIB, if the question is like, let's say I have a trillion. Let's say I'm a very smart investor and I have a trillion SHIB staked. If I unstake it, that will not show up on decentralized exchanges as being trade volume for swap, if that's what the question was. Because what you're doing in that case is you're not actually interacting with the swap contract to exchange two currencies. What you're interacting with is the staking contract directly. So it would actually count towards volume for the liquidity tokens, for the liquidity token, or for the stake token like XSHIB or SSLP. Its impact on the volume, that's actually a wonderful question. I would say it's not going to affect the volume on DEXs. It's not going to affect centralized exchange volume. But if you were scraping the blockchain directly, it would count. Like if someone's doing chain analytics, it would show up. But to give a short answer as to what TradingView would show, my gut feeling here is that it won't show, but it's a wonderful question. And I'll if you're in the Discord, ping me, and I'll get back to you with that probably on the weekend.
And if you aren't in the Discord, you could become a Patreon Discord member. Link down in the description. Fatality, I just saw your super chat. Is Webull a good app for crypto? I use Webull for the stock side of things. I have most of my stocks on Webull, actually. Most of my stocks I like to just have quick access to are on Webull. I do have some crypto on Webull, actually, too. But there are better options. Certainly, if you're going the exchange route, there are better options than Webull. But if it works for you, it works for you. Daniel, do you have anything like that you're super against with what Webull's doing?
No, nothing particular. I mean, personally, I set up pretty much as many exchange and trading stuff just in case people need help. So I have the app in front of me. I do remember having a very big pain of a time getting Webull's KYC, but that might be where I live is the issue. One thing on this note, though, that I would recommend just in passing is, regardless of whichever app you use, be it a DeFi wallet or a centralized exchange, when you have the chance, get another device or get your hands on another device and just make sure that you're able to recover to another device clearly. Like everyone should have their recovery phrases, their seed phrases set up in a hard copy only. Never take a screenshot of your. We had this at least 3 times this week. People have PM'd me for assistance with lost crypto, and it is pretty clear that what they did was they took a screenshot on their phone of their seed phrase when they opened their wallet, and they uploaded that to the cloud. And their iCloud or their Google storage had been compromised, so they just gave their seed phrase to the person who compromised it. Seed phrases never go in digital form; they always go in hard copy, and they are always off premise of your house. Okay, the safest place is a safe deposit box, and or if not, then the house of a relative, and just tell them so that if your house burns down, your crypto's there. The reason I mention this is because you want to make sure that if tomorrow you lost your phone that has your Webull account, that you're not going to have to spend weeks or maybe never be able to recover that account, because some data that was tied to your phone or some biometric data, like there's a lot of these with biometric sign-ins. And a friend of mine, probably about 2 years ago, had a fingerprint scanner on his phone that he used to sign up for a centralized exchange. A couple of years forward, he wanted to recover it, the app, and the guy took him at least a month and a half to get his hands on his centralized exchange account. So the recommendation here to everyone is, regardless of how you store your crypto, take the time when you have access to another phone to just install the same app there and see how hard it is for you to go through your recovery procedure, so that if something happened to your devices, you at least know the peace of mind that you could recover your crypto off of site.
Daniel, this is like the 4th or 5th person who said you sound like Joe Rogan. And I listen to Joe Rogan all the time. You do have a little bit of a Joe Rogan-ish about your voice. I don't know. Do you know who that is? I'm sure you do.
Yes, of course I know who Joe Rogan is, but okay. I am not Joe Rogan, just to clarify. I'm not aware of any relation to Joe Rogan.
So there you go. Everybody's wondering. Had to bring that to a head.
To Sid Sealed, who just asked, it's right on what Zach is showing right now.
Yes. So a bunch of people asking, where's the Discord? It's kind of confusing. The Patreon is the Discord. So you actually become a Patreon member, and then you get access to the Discord. Either level here, the $10 level, $20 level, get you access in. But if you want a little bit more added benefits, buy and sell trade alerts, portfolio guidance, hot weekly crypto alerts, portfolio guidance, shared access, which I have to add to that this month. I haven't forgotten. You can come on over and join us, okay? I probably should add to this too. What do you all think? Everto and Daniel, should I add this? There's only 23 remaining. I don't even know how to do it, to be honest.
I'll tell you what, Zach, it's filling up fast, isn't it?
I know.
That's really great. Like, we're getting so many knowledgeable minds in there. And if you've ever got a question, like, no question's ever stupid. You just put it in and someone is going to get back to you. They're going to spend time looking into it, giving you the best analogy that they can. And then you'll have somebody else come in, like as devil's advocate, who will give you the negative sides. And then we have a good discussion. And that's how you can find these really good gems.
That's it. That's exactly what we're trying to do, is build that type of community. Go ahead, Daniel.
The part that I really love is again, if you find yourself reflexing into maybe getting a token or anything, that's one of my favorite bits is it's a community that you can bounce ideas off, and no one's going to tell you pick this random token that is obviously a scam, haha, you don't know anything about crypto. Absolutely not. Nothing of the sort. There is no such thing as a stupid question. And really, it's just such a broad collection of people where you can really kick around ideas and learn together and strategize about how we can grow.
And that's really what we've been trying to build. I don't know much about Discord before. I didn't know much about it before I started it, but I knew what I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be a place just like it is, where there are no stupid questions. People are all coming together. They're celebrating each other's success. Nobody wants to be on this type of journey alone, right? I don't want to go on and on here. This is sounding like an infomercial. But come on over and join us. Links down in the description. Yeah. Let's go back to the charts here real quick. And we're bouncing back up here to the 2.8 levels. I'm actually going to give it we'll say a 4-minute warning. We're going to close it out in 4 minutes at 8:10 p.m. Eastern. I just got to say, Everto, Daniel, thank you all so much. This takes a load off of me because talking for an hour and a half is brutal. I've done it, but man, it's nice to have a conversation.
No, man, it's a pleasure. It's really nice to actually be able to talk to chat. Yeah, man.
I would warn you, though, that if you're going to go in 4 minutes, my projection is that we're going to see the actual rise in volume at 4 a.m. my time, which is 52 minutes away. So if there's going to be an actual peak, it's going to come in 52 minutes. So I'm not saying stay up for 52 minutes more. I'm not saying that. I'm saying we should pass the hype train on to somebody who can keep it going for an hour.
Fair enough. Okay, well, now you're challenging me, so I like a good challenge. I'm going to try it. How about this? We'll stay on as long as that we see that trend continuing. Total noob here, never invested money on anything. Today I decided to take a chance and invested $200 in 7 million SHIB coins. How do you get money from crypto.com app once we all get rich? Okay, so Jinx, I can tell you're totally new. Congratulations for getting in, and you're probably up some money right now. I'm trying to untangle your question here. Thank you for the super chat. Today I decided to take a chance. Okay. How do you get money from crypto.com app once we all get rich? Okay. You're going to have to send it to an external wallet outside of crypto.com, which is pretty easy to find out how to do. You can do some YouTube portfolio or YouTube searching on and find a video, not a portfolio, on how to do that depending on which wallet you want to send it to. But my advice would be just hold it right now.
Yeah, I guess as well, it depends on how much your profit is and how much you're wanting to take out. Like crypto.com does have, you can withdraw your funds to your bank account, but there is a limit. Off the top of my head, I'm thinking it's $30,000 a week, possibly. But what I would tend to do personally is as soon as you think that this is the right time to sell, I would then transfer it into a stable coin. And then as soon as it's in a stable coin, no matter what the market does, go up or down, your price and your money will still stay the same. And then you can kind of sit on it, decide what you want to do, reinvest it, move it to another wallet, or just withdraw it all. But that's personally what I would do.
if you're working DeFi, I'm not centralized exchanges. Most of them tend to provide stuff. The concern would be taxes, really. Is that you want to be mindful when you're thinking about cashing out of what your tax burden is, and also when you're transferring between different tokens. So depending on the country you live in, and in some cases in this specific area, the laws can vary greatly. So North America has got very strange laws because the laws don't keep up with the technology. So the way the US does it kind of is when you change between two digital assets, so technically buying an NFT or swapping between tokens, technically that's a taxable event. Whereas other areas of the world, their laws are just sort of cryptocurrencies exist. So it's only when you jump between two chains. So for example, in most parts of the Middle East, if you swap between Ethereum and SHIB and USDT, on the Ethereum blockchain, there's no taxable event. It's considered the same as a stock split. So you have to track it, but you don't have to pay tax on it yet. On gains in that case, not on the currency, but just on the gains you've made. But if you take that same currency and you swap it to Bitcoin, then that is a taxable event. And of course, if you swap it to now, there's actually a lot of places where there's debate about stable coins, because technically stable coins represent they have a fair market value. That's the dollar value they have. So you really got to pay attention to the laws you're in. I'd again recommend cointracker.io for these specific purposes. If your bag is sizable enough to make a big tax burden for you, it just takes a lot of the burden off. But yeah, if you're looking about how to take profits, personally, my preference has just been to do it through Changely. They have a great off-ramp service through, I forget the name, Mercury.io, something like that. But Changely, as a service, is a group that they don't actually do anything themselves. They just forward you to the person based on your region that does the service you want, so the cheapest. So it gives you, so if you want to buy, it gives you options of, MoonPay and Simplex and all the others depending on your region. And if you want to off ramp, the only one I've gotten in my region, which is Middle East, is Mercury.io, which is an off ramping service. I've used them twice. I had a bit of a headache the first time, and the second time was actually not too bad. My bank, on the other hand, were much more of a pain in the ass for that. So.
We got a super chat here from Jo1. Does it make sense to sell and take profits and buy back at a higher position? Well, it does make sense to take some profits depending on your individual situation, what you're going to do with those profits. What I always like to say is, before you take profits, what's your plan? What's your next step, right? So Daniel was talking about his next step is to take a little bit of profits, wait for it to dip, and buy back in. So he has all intentions to get back in at a lower price. So Jo, it's not a higher position. You would actually want to get in at a lower position, have your average cost come down, at least somewhat, most of the time. So thank you for the super chat. Let's see here. I got a couple other here too. Sid just joined the Discord. Welcome, man. Welcome into the Discord. And I've got another one. Where is it? Here it is. The $1 thing was happening over the last 3 months nonstop. Okay, so B2G coming back with the Coinbase issue. Coinbase already sent 500 to shut my mouth. My orders are worth way more if executed. I have not heard of this at all happening, but I feel your pain, B2G.
What you may want to do is check if you can find on Reddit. I believe that there is a DeFi wallet and a cryptocurrency like in one of the subreddits. There may be a group who's focused around Coinbase, and if you can find enough people who are in your country who have lost substantial money, then you may have grounds. Then as a group, get in touch with a lawyer and maybe have grounds for a suit. But you have to have you really have to have your ducks in a row for that. But if you can cause enough headache to Coinbase, they may just pay you what you would have made, and just to keep you quiet.
Discord link, Cristiano is asking for it. So here's how it works, Cristiano. The Discord is part of the Patreon package, right? These are two Patreon and Discord members with us right now, Everto and Daniel, on this live stream with us. So I think a couple of people actually just purchased the insider package. I think they're dwindling. I don't want them to run out while we're on stream. But please come on over and join us. We have 15 more insider packages. And when you join here, either level, you will have access to the Discord. That's how it works. All right, let's get back over here and see what else we got going on. I'm trying to do my best. Oh, go ahead.
Just to cover my ass, I technically gave legal advice a moment ago, so that is not legal advice. Please consult a lawyer, before taking any legal action against Coinbase.
Yes. None of this is financial advice. Only for entertainment, edutainment, informational purposes only. So take everything you hear here. Do your own due diligence.
Nor is it legal advice.
Not legal advice either. We are doing a giveaway here this month of October, everybody out there listening. So follow on Twitter, subscribe to the channel right here. You could do that while you're here. Become a Patreon or YouTube member at any level. Winner announced October 31st. So would love for you to join us. And we're going to do a lot more giveaways over the next several months and hopefully years while we're doing this thing. So let's see what else we got in the chat. If you have a family member outside the USA, you could probably make some transactions, non-financial advice. Richard might be talking to somebody in chat there. Okay. Let's get back to the charts here. I'm out of questions. What's on your mind, Everto and Daniel? What's on your mind?
I'm just thinking what type of whiskey I'm going to get later on, because this is definitely sit back, chill, and just enjoy the ride, isn't it? I mean,
I love it.
Look at this chart right now. I mean, we've had a tiny little sell-off there at the peak, and look at it. It's just sitting there going sideways, just sitting, waiting for the next little pump. It's a thing of beauty, really.
I love it.
Yeah,
Daniel?
Everto and I are going to be hospitalized with the amount of whiskey that we're having with these, with the overnight drinking over watching charts be green.
I thought you were a beer guy, Daniel, or both.
You run out of beer pretty fast. Whiskey stays.
Fair enough. What's the whiskey of choice? Are we allowed to do that?
Sorry?
Are we allowed to do that here? I think we can.
Well, I've got Scottish whiskey because I'm from the UK, so I have to keep with the Scots for that one.
I got a Glenrothes sherry aged, so I'm loving it.
Sounds great. Favorite Scotch I've ever had? Let me think. I really like Glenlivet. That's a good one. Chivas Regal. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. I like that one. There's a couple. And speaking of whiskey and beer, we're heading out to Vegas. We got a super chat. We'll get to that in just a second. We're heading out to Vegas for the SATA Mask event. So I know a lot of people may be joining us out there. I'm looking forward to meeting some people out there. Austin and I are both going to be out there. We're going to do some kind of meet and greet meetup. We're all going to hang out and have a couple drinks together, and it'll be a ton of fun. So I'm looking forward to that. Steven, is Uniswap fees expensive to use with fees? Like if I want to exchange a token for USDT to save profit, there's going to be some fees, but if you're swapping, the gas fee is the big one, right? That's always higher than the transaction fee, in my experience.
Yeah. Most DEXs they charge between 0.25 and 0.5% of your transaction. Some which are not very popular do much higher, but the fees you're paying in gas are related to the Ethereum network, not to the swap that you're using. So that's any time you interact with a contract, it does that. So you just open Gas Tracker, which is run by Etherscan, and you can see what it is. It used to be that there was a time of day where it was cheaper, but with the amount of NFT traffic on Ethereum nowadays, it's not going down. I think it was last night, $230 was a coin swap.
I saw it recently at like 180. I didn't see it that high. Oh my gosh, that's ridiculous. But I do agree with Steve. His comments pinned up there. Only 900 likes. There's 2,600 people. We got to get at least to 1,000. I think we could do that. Yeah, the gas fees have been crazy, outrageous. How much better do you think they'll get, Daniel, when ETH 2.0 comes out?
Not much.
Okay.
The thing is that the high gas fees kind of function as a security measure for Ethereum.
Right.
It's not entirely the activity people are doing. A large part of it is they made up a paywall to prevent the network from being flooded. Like there is a minimum gas fee, and that's controversial, but if they decide to remove that in ETH 2.0, that'd be awesome. If not, then slowly ETH will become less and less popular over time. And on a technical level, you'll see some improvement, but ETH 2.0 doesn't really handle a lot of like the use of the Ethereum blockchain and people developing new stuff for it is moving a lot faster than Ethereum's ability to keep up with it. So I don't actually see Ethereum 2.0 having, it may have a short-term impact, but long-term, I don't see it.
We got another super chat. I bought 72 million Shiba for 550. I'm in the profit, not in need of the money. What's the smart thing to do? Okay, so that's good. You gave us some context here. Got 72 million, 550. My initial knee-jerk reaction is, if you want to just play it really safe, take your initial investment out, let the rest ride. But if you really don't need the money right now, personally, with that amount in, I wouldn't sell. That would be my advice, but I'll let Everto and Daniel jump in.
Yeah, I totally agree, Zach. I think, like the guys just said there, or girl, if you're not in need of the money right now, like you're not in desperate need of it, then I would just let it ride for a bit, at least until the next couple of weeks, because this is the ride for the next week or two in my eyes.
I mean, as a rule of thumb to anyone asking a question like this, if your profit is more than a month's salary for you, then there is no excuse for you not to, no, everyone will agree you should take a bit of profit. If a clean month's salary is a minor part of your profit margin at the moment, take out some profit and best case scenario, put it aside in a stable coin, and when SHIB dips, buy some more SHIB, or look to speculate in something else. But if you want the advice for this specific message here, the amounts don't really warrant. The amount you're going to pay in gas is going to cut into your 72 million for 550. That comes out to so you bought about a month and a half ago, give or take. Just ballparking here. My advice: get a beer, kick your feet up, enjoy the show. You're invested in it right now. It's going up like crazy. It may go down. It may continue to go up. At the moment, if anyone says they know for sure, they're lying. If you reach a point where the gas fees are low enough and your profit margin is high enough that you can take a 20% bit of your original investment back, sure. But only if gas is really low, and which isn't going to happen anytime soon. But if you're talking like the people who really need to worry about, is it wise or not wise to take profit at the moment, look at SHIB. With the action it's having now, 2-3 years from now, it is almost certain to return to this level and is almost certain to surpass it long way down, because they still have stuff to release down the road. And as provided that it survives a bear market intact and with a good community, which I can't see this community like leaving SHIB during a bear market. It's going to come back very strong the next bull cycle, and much stronger than it is now.
How long is this bull run? What is up? By the way, great live chat's about to hit the gym. A normal guy's perspective. Thank you for the super chat. I think you've sent in a couple here tonight. Really appreciate that. Hope you get a good workout in too. Mine was rather quick today because I had to get back because SHIB was running. So I got something in, but not as long as I wanted to stay. But it's a great question. I think it's the $1 million question. I venture to say 4 to 6 months, but I'll let Everto and Daniel jump in with their thoughts too.
Yeah, I'm thinking that the market's still going to be pretty strong for the rest of this quarter. But I mean, I guess who really knows? I mean, we saw like how politics can play such a big role as well in the crypto. So as long as nothing like that kind of comes up again, like what happened with China, I think this market's just going to keep going stronger and stronger. There will be a bear market at some point, but again, it's kind of your guess is as good as mine, really. Yeah.
Going by the historical trends, so assuming no curveballs get thrown our way, April, May is it. But however, I'm actually personally not yet convinced we're in a bull market, and I know I am saying this to the worst crowd at the worst time, but the half dozen indicators that I look for that I consider us we just finished September. September is an accursed month, and everybody suffered through September who is in SHIB now, and we've had a half week so far of excellent gains in a select few tokens. The core tokens only today really started to respond. Bitcoin only really started to have epic movements really today. I'm still waiting on 4 or 5 more indicators. I'm not going to dig into them now, but 4 or 5 more indicators to really call it a bull market and not just a sporadic bull run. But if this is indeed the beginnings of a bull market, then a natural flow would be toward edging towards April, May is sort of the area where it normally sort of would wave in.
Levi has a similar question, one we just answered, one we just got to. I put 10,000 into SHIB a week ago, and I'm up to 26K. Should I take out my original 10K investment now so I know I'm okay? What are your thoughts? I think we're going to go back to the same answer here. What is your situation like? I mean, obviously you put 10K in, so you must be somewhat stable, although it could have been your life savings. I don't know, right? You don't have to answer that, but if it's going to make you sleep better at night, if you're thinking about it each and every day, I would say then, yes, take that 10K out. You can sleep good at night. You don't have to worry. You have your 10K back, and the rest is in the green. Or what do they say? The rest is you're playing with house money, right?
Yeah, you're kind of taking the emotion out of the ride, aren't you, though? If you did ever take your initial investment out and you're playing with the house money, then you haven't lost anything, have you? But again, it does go down to your situation. I mean, for example, if your car was to explode tomorrow, do you have a couple of K to buy another car? If the answer is no, then maybe I would be looking at taking some profit. It's always good to have some on the side for stressful situations, life decisions. Yeah.
And I mean, if you're half and half between the two, then take out half. I mean, if you're unsure, if it's not a binary decision, you can phase it in and phase it out. There's never a reason in crypto that you need, except for gas fees. There's never a reason that you have to act in one move. So if you think that this price point, if you're of the feeling that this price point is really where you're comfortable with this amount of profit, all the way, take a profit. But I would recommend breaking it down into 2 or 3 movements, because a 10K withdrawal, the gas fee is not that big of a chunk out of it. So if you were comfortable at this price point right now, 28.64, and you took out 5K, then first of all, if it dips, you can always put that 5K back in, and you haven't lost a massive amount in gas fees, and you get a bigger bag. If it continues to go up, then you're still half invested in it. Like you can play with it. But the idea is the ideal situation is to have a strategy involved. This is the type of stuff that you should really plan these types of exit and entries when you buy the token or before you buy the token. And not only that, I wouldn't advise withdrawing 10K if you don't know what you're going to use it for. So right now, I lost his name, sorry, but the gentleman who asked if he should leave for 10K, what I would suggest is right now, open CoinMarketCap and pick the 20 tokens that most interest you. And really you want to do it by niche or by category. So if you're interested in gaming, pick 20 gaming tokens that you find interesting. Out of that 20, cut down 18 and take 2 that you think are, one's a good speculation, the other's like a good long-term hold. And then so if you withdraw that and then SHIB isn't behaving the way you want, you can invest in that. If not, go to SHIB, but have a greater strategy than this one token, buy in, buy out. You really want to have a more developed strategy as to your investment.
Another super chat coming in from Amar. Do you recommend using the Elliott wave while trading crypto? Also, SHIB all of a sudden seems like it is trading as per the Elliott wave. Am I correct? I'm pulling up the Elliott wave right here on Google. It's a principle is a form of technical analysis that finance traders may use to analyze financial market cycles and forecast market trends by identifying extremes in investor psychology, highs and lows in prices, and other collective factors. I'm interested to hear Daniel's perspective on this, because I know you're a lot more technical in terms of how you look at cryptos. Do you kind of borrow some of the principles from the stock side of things and bring it into crypto? Or are there things that you have adopted that are a little bit differently? I'm all over the place, but hopefully you know where I'm going.
Well, I mean, investor sentiment is something that's constant when people are investing. It doesn't matter if they're buying corn, if they're buying stocks, or if they're buying real estate. Yes, many of the principles apply. they apply much differently in crypto because it's a new technology. Because the familiarity with it isn't applied as well. So, in fairness, people who have a better understanding of technical analysis really have a leg up when it comes to investment. I think most people who have learned even introductory technical analysis in terms of their investment strategies in crypto see a world of difference in terms of their prospects. So I highly recommend learning absorbing as much information as you can about technical analysis. But that being said, it's important to note that broadly speaking, technical analysis becomes less accurate as you zoom in. And I mean to take Elliott wave as an example here, you're not going to apply that on anything smaller than a 1 week chart, or a one day chart is already a stretch for Elliott wave. I mean, so if you're seeing Elliott waves on a 1 minute chart, then I would suggest maybe reevaluate the time frames on which you're using it, or I'm misconstruing what they mean. But broadly speaking, technical analysis is a very powerful tool for people to understand trends, understand their exit point and their entrance point, but also performing due diligence on investments is also an equally powerful skill. It's a toolbox. The better your tools are, the more you can build. Yes, it's sharpened. But then again, this activity we're seeing in SHIB, I cannot find anyone. The best experts I've ever seen in technical analysis could not predict the direction of SHIB, because this is moving in ways that are not predictable. Technical analysis really helps you with natural market movements. When people are buying and selling in a selfish way in large groups, it does not inform you what's going to happen when you have sudden 1 trillion SHIB holders showing up and buying a massive amount.
So JYO, thank you, or JYO. I don't know if you go by JYO or JYO. Thank you for another super chat. I don't understand how to take profit. I thought it was take from equity, but it takes from amount of coin. So it seems I need to sell all to profit. No, you could. I think maybe what confused you is I was saying take your initial investment out, and then the rest would be profit that you would continue to keep in the market. But you could take more out as well. Hopefully that's making sense. Anybody else want to help clear that up?
I'm not 100% clear on the question, JYO. I'll look in chat if you can clarify. But if what you mean is that you're on a centralized exchange and they take a percentage or a flat rate or a percentage of the amount you're withdrawing. So I think, what was it, Crypto.com take like 5 million SHIB or 2 million SHIB if you withdraw it? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, if that's the amount that you're withdrawing, then I guess that would make sense if it's flat rate like that. But if what you're referring to is I mean, what we're talking about is your basis. Your basis is the amount that you bought into the investment for. What do we get? 332. There we go. Asian markets waking. Asian markets waking up. Oh, you wanted to go to, and you wanted to go to sleep, didn't you?
Now I don't. All right, another super chat. Floyd, thank you for this one. With all the new BTC ETFs, BCT, yeah, and major corporations in countries like El Salvador adopting crypto, what kind of bear market pullback are you expecting for the major coins? Is 4-year cycle dead? Great question. And we've had this conversation. I'm pretty sure Daniel and I had this conversation not too long ago, or maybe it was the entire Discord. I think we've had it multiple times. It's a great question, Floyd. I don't know if anyone has the perfect answer. I would say that I think we're going to get shortened bear cycles, in my opinion. Iverto, do you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I agree as well. I think the whole 4-year cycle thing is going to slowly, that gap is going to close with the more that crypto is taken up by the population. I think that the cycles are going to get less.
I'm not sure about the veracity of 4-year cycles anymore. To be like, that's not what I answered the last time is probably what I'll answer now. Is that but I don't expect in 5, 6, 7, maybe 10 years for Bitcoin to be enough of an item that things are anchored to it. Like at the moment, the reason it's a 4-year cycle is because the halving of Bitcoin and everything's pretty much tied to Bitcoin. Like not only do I see Bitcoin not being what everything's tied to, I definitely do not see. If I were to say Bitcoin to my niece's children in 20 years from now, I expect them to look at me like I just told my niece about a rotary phone, like, or a CD-ROM. Like it will just be, you're talking like, what does Betamax look like? I mean, I'm just going to float a guess that probably a good 30% of the people in chat don't know what Betamax is, and if they did, they just saw it as a quirk.
Great analogy. Love that. Kyle, hey guys, planning on moving some profits from SHIB to other crypto. Any advice for long-term cryptos you like? I'll throw a couple out there. Long-term cryptos, I like Cardano, Ethereum, number 1 and number 2. Algorand, I'll throw that one out there. And this is not in any particular order. I know Daniel likes Ergo. He could speak on that more. Phantom and Solana. I'll put those two out there too.
Yeah, I like Solana. Also ADA, XRP. I'm quite bullish on VeChain, Ethereum. I've got a bit in Bitcoin too. And I like Audius as well. I think Audius is going to be something that's going to sort of fill that gap for the music industry. They've got some very interesting things happening there too.
That's a good pick.
I'm going to answer what I answer in the Discord when people ask, is don't look for single coins. Look for a category. That's what diversify means. Diversify does not mean I hold 50 tokens or 100 tokens. It means I am in the gaming space. Here's my low risk. Here's my medium risk. Here's my high risk. You know, I've got half my portfolio in low risk stuff. I got 25% of it in mid risk stuff, and here's my speculatives. So don't go looking for cryptos that you like. Go looking for categories of crypto that you like and diversify in that category. It'll save you a lot of headache in terms of research and in terms of prospects. And the idea is that you take from your higher risk stuff as they profit and you move money towards your lesser risk stuff. And then eventually when a bear market rolls in, you've got a strategy for rolling out in phases. You start selling off your high risk stuff and you move it into the mid. Bear market signs show up more, you roll up your mid stuff into your holds. And then when bear market is clearly there, you can start assessing moving your low risk stuff into stable coins. But don't go hunting single coins in a genre. It is just not like you would make more money speculating on foreign exchange than you would on individual cryptos, unless you are extremely good at choosing moonshots. But if you're looking for diversification, you pick a category of token you like, and you do your research start with a list of 20 to 30 and start cutting down and do your due diligence till you figure out which is the high risk, which is the low risk. And when I say risk, what I mean is the chance that if 1 year of constant bad news on an asset were to be released, okay? If tomorrow Ethereum had a straight 365 days of bad news, releases screwed up, they got sued, all this, and they vanish, that's risk. It's what are the chances that this thing will not exist next year?
Great point. And we're seeing Shiba Inu run. I know we're getting a lot of new people in here. Welcome into the stream. If you haven't already, hit the like button, like the smash button real quick for us. Totally free to do. Takes like 0.23 seconds of your time and really helps us out. And I saw that chat. I'll get to that in just a second. And we got Fade Master Super Chat in there as well. ACH holder here. Any thoughts on short, mid, long term in your opinion, especially the Middle East Dubai and Qatar contract? Right. Fade Master, I can't really speak on short, mid-term. I'm a long-term holder of ACH. I probably want to get more of it too. I only own 20,000 of it right now. I want to get a lot more. I really like it. That and AMP, I think they're similar plays. We were actually talking about them earlier on the live stream. It's a nice place to be pretty stable right now. And of course they can go up in due time too. But I'm really a long-term holder of that Fade, and I appreciate the super chat. And let's get to one more, and I'll let you both speak on that. We're watching a big pump here. So welcome in, everybody. Over 3,000 of you hanging out. Hit that like button for us. It really helps us out. Subscribe to the channel, too, if you haven't already. I think combining the technical side with the psychological approach may help predict an outcome on this due to what SHIB stands for. That's a good point. It's a good point, Underwater. Definitely. I'll open it up for both those questions, Alchemy and then the one that's on screen.
Oh, well, Alchemy, yeah, I think that's a great long-term hold. At the moment, I think it's just a bit of a sleeping giant as well. It's similar to AMP, as you said. I'm just reading this question actually. So Daniel, do you want to carry on with that one?
I really like Alchemy Pay and AMP as part of a diversified fintech portfolio. So I mean, my personal, I'm not going to give every piece of my fintech portfolio. You can join the Discord if you really want that. But if you're taking, something like Aave and like lending platforms as the more stable or the larger scale ones, mixing that with mid risk of like long shot, like essentially AMP, Alchemy Pay, they are long shots, but they're long shots both in time and they're long shots both in chances. But if tomorrow there is a large chain of stores that is well known in the world who adopts one of them, then you're going to see great gains from it. So AMP is not one of the ones I see vanishing or going down to zero in the span of 6 months. Like, they could do horribly. They've been doing horribly. Let's be honest. AMP has not been performing very well, but it's not one they expect to perform very well until they get picked up by somebody. They have a technology, and we're still in the post-COVID era. I mean, it's the same story as VeChain, for example, where you're not going to have companies making massive changes to their supply chains or to their ordering models or anything like that when there's even a tiny chance that one, there's going to be a massive market downturn, and combine that with the 1% chance that you could see a resurgence in COVID and lockdowns. So these technologies, these financial tech stuff, they are excellent tech and they have great prospects, but I think it's the rest of the world that's the problem at the moment in adopting them. So it isn't. So AMP and Alchemy Pay, excellent pieces of a diversified fintech portfolio. The larger ones for like Aave for lending platforms or any of the real estate tokens that are coming out, they're not large enough at the moment, but there are some projects that look very good for it. And then if you want smaller scale stuff for like fintech, that's I'm not going to start naming off ones here, but there are very small projects that do, like Cody would be an example of one of those. I'm debating whether or not to move it to the medium grade in my portfolio, but I still consider Cody to be rather speculative. Because of its involvement with ADA, I'm considering moving it to being a mid-risk one because I don't see it vanishing. And if you take the time to dig into Cody's white paper and the background of them, they work with a lot of groups in Israel that are like incubators for startups. So I mean, the crowd who Cody's upper echelons work with are a crowd that has had very successful business ventures in high tech stuff like autonomous vehicles. So I'm very much considering moving it, but at the moment, I would consider Cody to be a speculative one, especially it's a great buy at its current price. But what I mean to emphasize here is that don't bank just on Alchemy Pay because you'll be disappointed. There's a healthy chance you'll be disappointed. If you diversify amongst all the financial tech stuff, then when financial tech does well, you do well. And you know where to move your money. And if you excuse me for a moment, my dog is going a bit nuts. I'm just going to 1 minute, be right back.
Sure thing. And I know a lot of people in the chat here right now saying, like, who is this guy? Where he's giving us all kind of knowledge and golden nuggets, and he sure is. Daniel's in our private community. So lucky to have him in there because bright mind, and we're happy that he's in our Discord. I know Everto can speak on that too. Go ahead, Everto.
Yeah, no, I do love Daniel. Very knowledgeable. Very good with all the technical sides. Looks into the tokens for you. He'll give you your honest opinion. Yeah, made a good friend there.
No question. Yeah. Kyle's chiming in. I'll come right to you, Kyle. Let's get to Jo real quick. I have 10K profit. I sell 10K. But after that, it doesn't group or go up at the same rate it was before I sold. So if I took 1 month to 10K, now it takes longer. I can't really understand that. Thank you for the super chat. I'm trying to decipher what that means. What does it go up at the same rate? Well, yeah, I mean, when you take money out, you can't expect it to go up at the same rate. I mean, things are going to be very volatile. This is crypto, right? It's very different than the stock market. The stock market, things move up a percentage or two and people are freaking out. Crypto, that's just another day. That's an hour, right? Things move up a lot quicker and they fall a lot quicker too. So Kyle has a super chat. I'm not sure who explained last dude was mind-blowing knowledge for me. I'm new. I think that would be Daniel. Yeah, he certainly does, Kyle. And if anybody else just tuning in, you want to become a Patreon member, Discord member, come on over and join us. This is the link. It's down in the description. I don't know how many insider packages we have left. Let's see here. 10 left actually too, so I might have to add on to that so we can make sure we have as many people to get in that can. So 10 left right now though while we're on stream, so come on over and join us. Wow, look at this SHIB, man. It's just continuing to move higher. Another green candlestick working right now.
Yeah,
wow.
This is mind blowing, isn't it?
It's amazing.
It's great.
Amazing.
It's almost 2 a.m. here in England, but I'm staying up.
And you're up strong. Do you have to work tomorrow or?
Yeah, I do have to work tomorrow, but hey, who needs sleep?
Exactly. Right. Exactly. That's been me the last couple of days, man. But hey, this is too fun.
Yeah, but you're a busy guy. You've got a lot to do on that Discord channel.
Yes, man. Yes. But thanks to you and Daniel, you guys make it a lot easier. I know you help out a lot of people, and I spend a lot of time with the private messages, and I try to, obviously spend as much time as I can in the Discord too. It's an amazing place. It is. Let's see here. Getting a bunch of messages in here. A lot of people excited about SHIB. No question. Tyler, what's happening? Tyler's in our private community. What's happening, man? Just bought more SHIB last night. It's not too late. It's going to stop for a while. Get in while it's low. Very cool. Keep pushing, SHIB Army.
I'm back. I miss anything?
No, man. Actually, I've got to run to the bathroom. Can you guys hold it down?
Of course.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Man, Discord genius. All right, we've got Mitch Fairchild. Invest by genre token. Brilliant, Daniel. Thank you. You the man, Discord genius. Oh, that was too fast, Zach. Go to the bathroom. That's not healthy. All right, sorry. Brilliant, Daniel. You the man, Discord genius. I'm 10 months into my crypto journey. I love this Patreon family. Awesome family. Seriously. That's actually one of the best things that I can recommend to anyone who's here is before you go throwing around tens of thousands of dollars, work on the network you have. I'm not just saying this Discord community that belongs to Zach. It's find because there are so much information being tossed out that somebody who just joined crypto is going to be in 1,000 Telegram channels, Discord channels, take your pick, Twitter feeds, all that stuff that is just so filled with garbage. Take the time to filter down your network to 3, 4, 5 channels of information that, one, are reliable. They're not filled with people just hawking random coins. And more importantly, they conflict with each other or they have different points of view. It is probably the most important tool to have in your arsenal in crypto investment is to be able to, like, for example, I mentioned Ergo token at the beginning of this chat. I actively sought out in our Discord here someone to talk me down, and that was Averto in this case. I asked him, can you play devil's advocate and tell me why this is a crappy idea to get into? I need someone to calm me down, and he did his best. He went out of his, and also Trina, thank you very much, Trina, if you're listening. But Trina also took the time to, when I talked about Ergo, I'm like, guys, I'm seeing stuff here. I'm getting hyped about it. I need someone to play devil's advocate and calm down. So one of the best things, one of the biggest tools in your arsenal in terms of investment in general, but crypto especially, because there's such a massive amount of information, and any opinion you have about any token, you will find 10 YouTubers who are willing to tell you this token is on fire. It's the best buy you'll ever have. It's the best thing since sliced bread. The best thing you can do is to work on having your 5, 6 channels of communication that give you value, not just of you don't want tips. You don't want tips on what the next hot one is. Never go looking for a channel that is just hot tips for the next one. What you want is ideas to bounce off of. That's really the value in narrowing down your community and your network. Welcome back.
What's up? So I'm going to try to get to a couple of these super chats. What do you think about Baby Doge? So it's super speculative, but I'll say this: it's got a ton of holders. It's not one that I own, but I almost pulled the trigger on it a couple times. But any thoughts on Baby Doge? Have you guys done a deep dive into it? It's got Dogecoin in the name, half of it.
Daniel, are you in Baby Doge?
I believe we got some for a giggle, for a speculation. I think like $20 or $30. Is that that's BSC or that's one of the ERC20s?
ERC20s, I believe.
I don't. I don't recall. I can. Well, why don't I just check?
Oh yeah, here we have it in the Discord here. Hold on. Did I close out my link? I think I did. Hold on, I'll pull it back up. I'll take you all inside. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I recall hearing something about Baby Doge, and I think at some point I picked up a minuscule amount, really just as a speculation. I wouldn't go very heavy on it, but that's having not reviewed it. They may have made some changes, or there may be some innovation there, but I'm not aware of it being something on my radar as high innovation.
Baby Doge is on the Binance Smart Chain too, by the way. So yes, that and SafeMoon on the Binance Smart Chain. So we do have a channel for it.
We have a channel for it, so you can see how popular it is in the channel. I think the channel has probably got 3 chats though.
Yeah.
If I recall correctly, it was mentioned, and then a bunch of us picked it up as a speculation, and I don't think it performed very well, if memory serves.
No. 1.8 billion holder, bought back in April. I have half buried in Shiba Swap and half staked on crypto.com. Should I just move it all of it to the swap? Well, that's your decision, Greedy. Appreciate you reaching out. I would actually kind of do what you're already doing. That's my 2 cents. However, I understand that a lot of people have it all in Shiba Swap and are doing well with that approach as well.
Yeah, personally, I hold my tokens. I sort of split them up onto multiple different wallets as well. You bought back in April, did you? I think you bought quite high up. Okay. Yeah, have you got anything else to add to that, Daniel?
I mean, if you're at all considering any moves with that, I would suggest, as a safety measure, take the one that is staked and have that be from a wallet that's in a ledger, and put that in a safe keep that you can't access. Make one of those two, and if you're going to keep them separate, make one of them your long-term storage, and the other have it be a profit harvest. I mean, it's a legit move. Be like 100,000 people in this chat, not 100,000, but 100,000 people in any chat are going to tell you hold no matter what. You can take 50% of it if you're up and harvest profits off of that, but maintain a hold bag with whatever's in your DeFi wallet, so that if your crypto.com gets compromised, you have the other. I'm a fan of having it separately. I myself have a large bag of SHIB that is in my cold wallet that I have to actually drive 6 hours to access it, because I can't get access to the ledger with it. And then I swing trade with a bag in my hot wallet. So, I mean, in terms of strategy, you're actually pretty good as you are. It would be just make sure that you're maintaining proper security in both cases, because if you use one more than the other, then you run the risk of not paying as much attention to security of the other one. So if half of your bag is staked from a DeFi wallet, that your recovery phrase is not properly secured, then if you're using your crypto.com usually to avoid gas fees, then you run the risk of neglecting security on the other bag.
Now there's a super chat from Jam Wright. What do you think of Kianu? Low market cap gem. I'm going to have to look that one up for you here in a second. Been around since May 9th, charity focused tokens. So I will say this about charity focused tokens. Be careful. And I wish they were all legit and they were actually going to what they say they're going to. But there are a lot of dev teams or teams who come out with a token like this, and it's kind of a persuasive strategy to pull you in, and then they pull the rug. So be careful. Be very careful. And I'll pull that up on the far side here.
Yeah, I will just say to everyone that if you do want to learn more about a particular token, that I'm not just shilling Zach's Patreon here, but join the Patreon and the Discord, because we will take the time to look at a token and give you our honest opinion. We've got people looking at the scripts, what their use case is. It really is one of the best places to be. I mean, when you talk on a live, usually the person's only going to give you a 30-second answer, where at least in the Discord, you've potentially got over 200-300 people who can all pitch in, give their thoughts on it, and you can choose who you listen to in there. But I would say that that's the best place to come along.
Keanu is, I think, one of the 8 that showed up in the random speculation list on Dogcoins that we looked at ages ago. We're like when Shib's first hype went up, it was one of the ones that showed up on the radar. I mean, it's like that and Kishu Inu and all the ones that started up around Shib's popularity. So I mean, it is very difficult to differentiate between all the dog meme tokens. I obviously wouldn't recommend going very heavily on any one of them, but I am interested to see. Actually, we're seeing a pump now. I'm interested to see how the other more popular dog-based token, like what's it called? You have Kishu, you have Klee Kai, you've got. There's one from ages ago. If we're looking at that list, since I assume it's going to come up next in the next super chat. There's one that was made by one of the Shib developers when they released the swap. I think it was called Hokkaido Inu. Again, I'm not recommending these at all. I'm just saying, like, this is all the collection of them. So if you're gonna speculate on them, make a portfolio out of it. Take your Shib, take your Doge as your stable, your Shib as your stable nowadays, I guess. Take your Saitama as your medium, and then take your speculatives as 12%, 10%, 5% of that portfolio. But track it as a whole, because it's pretty obvious to anyone who's a Shib holder that when Shib's doing well, slowly you'll see more. Well, okay, perfect timing here. Klee Kai down 13%, but broadly speaking, if we take all of these, if you have 10 solid dog meme coins that actually have something to them, and you combine them into a portfolio with the stronger dog meme tokens, and then take ones that are actually mainstream and have survived the bear market, then you can build a portfolio out of it. It's a dog portfolio. Be proud of it. People's dogs portfolios are doing extremely well in this week. So it's again, the same advice I've given a few times already is don't look at individual tokens. Look at a collection. Look at a sphere of development, and narrow down. Like, don't pick random stuff because you saw it in a chat. Pick random stuff because you saw it had something to it and has potential. You should always start off with a list of 20 potentials and work it down to 1 or 2. Because it trains you to find things that are extremely. I mean, you can take the time to learn solidity, and you can learn how to read a contract for vulnerabilities, which is a very good skill to have, and takes surprisingly little time. If people who are more technically minded or programmers, DAP University is a great resource for that. In about 3 hours, you can get the basics down, and in about a week of practice, you can know Solidity pretty well. And what that gives you in your toolbox is you don't have to wait for a contract audit from CertIC or something like that. You can take a look at the contract, run Myth on it, and you can see, like, if there's obvious problems here. And then there's due diligence, which, I mean, anyone investing without having done due diligence is doing so. I mean, if you want to invest in a meme token without doing any due diligence, just because 3 guys, 2 from a Discord, 1 who's a YouTuber, told you that you should, there are casinos in crypto that you will probably have about as much success with. And I'll leave it at that.
And John Hilburn wants to know who's talking on this live stream. So that was Daniel. The other gentleman with us tonight is Everto. These are both 2 private community members over in our Discord. And so that was that super chat. And then let's jump to Tyler's Ryoshi Vision. Since it's stake reward, lower supply. Let's take a look at Ryoshi Vision, actually. I own a little bit of this, so let's see where we're at with Ryoshi. It was up yesterday. I haven't checked today. But I'm planning on holding this one for a little while. It's connected to the Shiba Inu ecosystem. So it's up 7%. Oh, it's actually performing pretty well. Everto, you use Shiba Swap, don't you? So you probably have some Ryoshi Vision, right?
Yeah, I use Shiba Swap, and I'm always looking at when we're getting those rewards. I think they come every sort of 2 weeks or so. Ryoshi Vision, I think it gained a 0. Well, it knocked a 0 off, didn't it, in the last week or so? I'm pretty sure.
Oh, dear. Sorry to interrupt. We just broke the 3,000 resist, and we're seeing a nice peak.
Ooh.
And I believe that actually might put us above Litecoin in terms of market cap.
Oh my goodness! Yeah,
I think let's refresh CMC and see if we actually got ahead of Litecoin.
Just quickly go back to the Ryoshi Vision thing.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's all right. But again, on our Discord, we do talk about it a lot more as well, and we'll go into a lot more depth. But it's one to watch. It's a speculative play, like a lot of those coins. But for free tokens that you got on ShibaSwap, it's not bad going.
So we're still below Chainlink and Litecoin, but we're getting close. I don't know why won't it refresh right there? What the heck?
Watch, we'll learn that SHIB broke CoinMarketCap.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like, what the heck? But let's see where we are on the big board. Number 17. Oh my goodness, this is just craziness.
Yeah, to get in the top 15 is going to be mad, absolutely mad. And even the top 10, like say at the end of this year, if it happens, like the news outlets that are going to pick this up, and that's really when you're going to see SHIB run. This really is just the beginning.
This is insane.
Yeah, and congrats to everyone in chat. You are the 4% of the population that are into crypto, and you are super early. Not even just early, you are super early.
I love it. Yep. You're right, Daniel.
Yeah, but don't go to bed before 4.
Exactly. You're right. Oh my goodness, look at this climb. This is absolutely amazing.
We're approaching the all-time high.
Yep.
Yes, we are. Yeah, the all-time high is 338. I see some super chats coming in. Oh my goodness. All right. Shibtama, why is crypto.com glitching and not updating balance? I don't know. Let me check my app for you and see. I do have someone crypto.com here. Wow, this is just insane.
Where's this resistance coming from, though?
Is it doing this without Bitcoin? I haven't even looked at Bitcoin. Where is BTC? I can check quickly. Where are you, BTC? BTC is about flat right now, so yes. This is crazy. I'm going to check my crypto.com app if y'all want to have a conversation. Let me just make sure. A lot of people asking me this.
But does crypto.com, I don't use it enough to know if they have actual support. Like, is there a support group for them?
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
Well, they can pay us, or they can those people are getting paid to do that.
Right.
If there's any representatives from crypto.com, we're here in the chat right now. Please contact Zach. We will gladly work for you. You pay us in SHIB, we'll do tech support.
Exactly. My app is working fine. So
yeah, I've just checked mine too. It looks all good on my end.
Perfectly good. By the way, I should say I am a partner with Crypto.com, at least for the next 3 months. As long as we keep it together in the next 3 months, I think it'll be a longer-term partnership deal. But really excited about that. It's so funny. 4 months ago when I started this whole thing, I was like, yeah, one day maybe we'll have Crypto.com as a partner. Everto, you might have been on the stream back then, were you?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was like, here we are. So very grateful.
Massive milestone. Massive milestone.
Yeah, it all kind of worked itself out, and I'm, it's just, it's really cool, and it's all because of this community. I'm getting a ton of super chats.
Are people having issues buying on Crypto.com? Are they? Is that what's happening? I don't know. I have to actually try and buy something to test that out.
So somebody told me that they couldn't, their balance wasn't showing. That's what I've seen a couple times.
Well, the balance on mine looks fine.
Same.
The SHIB price looks fine.
Yeah, that's what I saw too. So I don't know. Maybe it's just somewhere, something going on with those couple people. Maybe it's somewhere in the world. Tesla versus the world. Thanks for the super chat. Can we get a woof woof for the Shiba family? I like it, man. It's been down since 27.7-ish hours. I can't buy. I tried to buy 1K. I'm pissed. Interesting. Ethan, let me know in chat if you would where you're from. That'd be interesting. Abdullah just became a member. Welcome, Abdullah. Welcome to the membership here on YouTube. So, yeah, I wonder where people are having that issue. Mine looks fine.
I'm gonna keep checking it anyway.
Joey Burns, what's happening, man? Balance is frozen. Okay, I'm having a problem. Same problem right now. Crypto. Interesting. My crypto act is stuck on the balance.
So it would be very interesting if we find that they froze traffic on SHIB trading because of its popularity, which might indicate that they need to buy more reserves. Just thinking out loud here. Mm-hmm. I mean, one can assume that in the last 4 days, Crypto.com has had a great deal of traffic of people purchasing SHIB. So they did have reserves. I think if memory serves, their reserve was somewhere in the 1.6 trillion. Maybe they had a second wallet that I'm not aware of. But we might, if popularity, if the reason for the bugs people are encountering is the popularity of SHIB, then we may see another purchase of a reserve by Crypto.com, which would be an excellent pump to the price right now.
Yeah.
So welcome in everybody. Oh, go ahead.
Just while on that, taking a look at the order books in what I showed you earlier, we have over $1 billion worth of traffic on Coinbase Pro, sorry, and since we spoke on the previous live stream, not today, since we spoke on the previous live stream, $2.4 billion in traffic on Coinbase Pro. Now, the thing that's a bit of a concern, but this might actually tamper out in the next hour or two, is that the Asian markets are very much lopsided in terms of their order books. So their market depth, I mean, KuCoin, which is $500 million in volume, actually has a lot more buying pressure than sell pressure, which is lovely to see. I think KuCoin nowadays, because of their outs from China, are actually mostly working out of India and Korea and that general vicinity, sort of everywhere in between. Huobi actually has a big skew towards the sell pressure area. So what I would like to see with our current pump situation is for the Asian markets to really pick up a bit of the buy pressure on the Huobi market, and for any vectors that aren't listed in the flowcharts that we have in front of us. It would be really nice to see those really balance it out, because then you have a much better chance of building support at this sort of price level.
So my balance is now frozen, actually.
Yeah, so my normal balance is still fluctuating because I've got a diverse enough, but the SHIB one, is definitely frozen. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay,
so
I'm
everybody
experiencing
all
at the same
issue.
time. So everyone all at the same time, contact Crypto.com support.
Yeah, and get them to buy a lot more SHIB.
Right. So how does that work, Dan? And hold on, let's pause that real quick, because I want to catch up to all these new members and super chats real quick. Welcome in everybody real quick. Hit the like button on your way in, subscribe to the channel, do all that great stuff. New member Antonio, welcome. Abdullah, welcome. $20 super chat, Clinton Moore, holding 42 million for 3 months now. Got Weeble and Crypto.com. Why is the price different? It's fractional, but like crypto shows 2977. Weeble shows 30999 examples. Crypto showing their cut. Daniel, why is that again? Why are there so different prices? Does it have to do with fees and where you buy it after the fees?
No. It has to do with the order book. Okay, when you're talking about a centralized exchange, the price that they list is related to their order books. So if you're talking about I placed an order for a billion SHIB at whatever 31.28 its current price, and it jumped a bunch, then my order is going to sit until someone's willing to sell it for that. So in centralized exchanges, that's the order book model that they're using. In that case, you end up building depth of market based upon how fast the price is moving. If you're looking for, I'm not sure if I'm answering a different question or if I'm answering what you asked, Phil.
Yep. No, that's it. Okay. Sorry, I couldn't pull it up on screen because there's so much happening. So greedy me, new member, thank you. Adriano Valentino, $10 super chat, thank you. What's up, Zach? I called Shiba 300 plus in the next 24 yesterday on Austin's channel. SHIB 0.0005 end of the year. Man, anything's possible, I guess. What's your guys' opinion on Wink? All the way from OZ. Great work, guys. Wink. Is that the one where it's is that the sports gambling one, or online betting, casinos, something in that realm? I'll take a look at it here in a sec. Johnny, salute to the channel. I'll be subscribing. I put all my rent money into SHIB, got my investment back. I also got it with liquidity event. So Johnny, I'm taking a page out of Daniel's book. Take some profits, and you have some that money to pay rent and still some money on top. And then P83, 1983, thanks for the super sticker. I think I'm caught up. If I missed anybody, terribly sorry. Doing my best. Okay. Wink. Let me look that up, and I'm going to shut up for a second.
Is this Wink Link? Is that the one?
Is that the one? There's a couple Winks, isn't there?
Probably. If it's rank 141 on CMC, then that's the one I'm taking a look at.
Yeah. I think that's the one that most people talk about. This is the one with, it has something to do with online gambling, right? Let's see. Let's see.
I'm just taking a sec to say hi to the new people in Discord. So
Okay, cool. Yeah, welcome all the people who are sending super chats in. Everybody out there, over 4,000 on the live stream with us. Unbelievable. Thank you all so much for the support. Hit the like button if you could. That'd be awesome. Subscribe. We got our private community. That's linked down in the description. Fantasy Basketball Guru. I bought 279 million for only 2,000. Now I'm at 9,000. We're riding that wave. Love it, man. Love hearing that. Okay. Let's go to their website here. Sorry. I'm trying to keep up with everything in chat. There's an email from Effie from crypto.com. I should ask her what the heck's going on with their platform.
you probably shouldn't say that on stream. It might ruin your chances of a sponsorship.
I know. Yeah, I know. Well, I take that back. I like crypto.com. I like it a lot. Okay. Winklink.org. Let's see. Where's it at? Come on. Another super chat. We Evan. We're top 15 on CoinMarketCap. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. First comprehensive oracle of Tron's ecosystem. Okay, so WinkLink is part of Tron. Okay. Blockchains are excellent storage systems where data is tamper-proofing, encrypted, and verifiable. Okay, so it's
sorry to interrupt, but Shiba Inu just overtook Litecoin in
oh my gosh. All right.
market cap.
So WinkLink, nice. Let's get out of here and let's get back to Shib.
WinkLink, buy it if you want it. There's Shib here to talk about it.
Exactly. Let's pull this back up.
Nah, whoever asked about Wink, if you're in the Discord, put it inside the altcoins chat or the potentials chat, and we'll take a peek later. I didn't mean to be rude.
Same. Yeah, it's just this is massive right now. This is taking precedent.
Yeah, like we were saying earlier, it's hard to look at a token on a live. It's just so much easier if you come to the Discord. We'll properly dive straight into it and have a real good dig around and see what's up with it.
Well, that plus no one's ever going to be on a live stream and tell you, no, the token you brought up and just paid them for a super chat for is horrible. So, like, if you want an honest opinion, honestly, come to the Discord, and we'll give you honest feedback.
That is fair. We're at 73% up. So it's saying here 12.4 billion. What was the number on Litecoin?
You can just check CMC. We on CoinMarketCap, on the listings of market cap by market cap, you'll see we're ahead of Litecoin. I mean, we're ahead of them by 100 million.
Absolutely insane. There it is. And it won't load here for some reason. It's bothering me, but I don't know why that's happening. But there it is. Right. It is. There it goes.
Looks like Shib's breaking everything at the moment.
Wow. It is past
Litecoin by 262 million.
That's mad.
Oh my gosh.
And just so everyone in the chat understands, in the chat why we're hyped about this, when you look at any newscast, at least in English, and any business like Fox Business, if you look at any of the Sky Business, any of the business channels that report on business in general, when they list cryptocurrencies, they list Bitcoin, Ethereum, sometimes they have Doge and Litecoin, because Litecoin has just been around for so long and it's established. So just understand the hype involved there. That means that technically, you know, if these business newscasts wish to be accurate, they need to list SHIB in comparison now. Like, this means that when newscasters talk about crypto, it should in theory eventually start showing up. Bullish.
Yes. The balance has not been adjusting. I've heard the same balance almost 2 hours. Yes. Same thing here. And I'm not putting all the new super chats up, but I'm seeing them at my top ticker. Black Kraken, you sent another one. Buster Rhymes is really mad at Shib. Check out his tweet. I'm trying to keep up with everything, everybody. Naptown XRP, new member, welcome. Blah, $20 super sticker, welcome, my friend. And I'm still stuck on crypto.com. Everto, still the same?
Yeah, I'm still stuck as well. Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I think I have a
solution. Anybody? Okay.
Are you allowed to put the song "Pump It"? Are you allowed to put the song "Pump It Up" on stream, or is that copyright?
I know, right?
Because hey, Zach, you can just sing it though, can't you? Hey,
we can.
Last time.
I know, right? It's a great song, by the way. You got to Pump It Up by Danza. Check it out. 2008 classic club song. Yeah, check it out. I don't know. Should I play it? Isn't there something like 10 seconds is okay or something?
I think under 12 seconds is fair use. So
I think it's under 12 seconds. Okay.
I think you're under. If you know what, blame me. Blame me and they can sue me.
Oh yeah, in chat, while we're doing that, 4,000 of you, which is amazing. Let's smash that like for Zach. He deserves it. And if you smash that like, if you're loving the charts today, let's go.
Definitely. All right. You hear that? All right, that was 11 seconds. So I think we're good.
We're good.
I think we're good. Now we can do that in spurts though, right? So I can go from 11 to what? 20? Don't do math in public. 22 or 23.
I think technically, if you put the same 11 seconds on loop, it's still fair use.
But what if I continue playing the song?
Then you might get DMCA striked.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we'll just leave it at that. But go check out the song. Welcome in everybody too. Let's see. Naptown, XRP, I think I got you on that. Robert Keene, new to crypto. If I had 170 million SHIB, how much in US dollars would I have at 1 cent? Oh gosh, don't put that on me right now.
I'm sorry, what was the question?
170 million. Let me see if I can find it and put it up on screen. He has 170 million. What would it be if it's at 1 cent?
I'm sorry, he has 170 million. How much would it be worth if it was 1 cent?
Right.
1.7 million.
Oh yeah, there you go. Right. Exactly.
Don't do math in public.
Exactly. There you go. 1.7 million, Robert. Okay. Wow. Yeah, Asia is. Let's go back to the charts here. Sorry, I'm multitasking. Oh my gosh, this is insane.
Starting to get the chills now, I think.
Oh my gosh.
Excuse me, I got to refill a whiskey, so I'll be right back.
Okay. And I need to get one, I think, here in a second.
Yes, you do.
I'll wait for you to come back, and then we'll go in shifts. Everto, when you need to get one too.
Actually, on that point, everybody in chat, if you do drink or smoke or whatever you do to relax, this I believe is the moment we should all enjoy. Everyone get something to relax. It's almost the weekend. Pick a drink, pick a something to smoke, something to drink, someone to hug, a puppy, whatever.
Yep.
Everyone get together your stuff and let's have a nice few minutes of relaxing.
I agree. I'm going to ditch this water here in a second. Oh man, this is amazing though. Okay, let me see if I can keep up with the super chats now, or any of the super stickers and things like that. Gentlemen, push to 0.001 or 0.01. Yeah, that would do it, right? In due time.
If you look at the volume right now at the bottom of that is the biggest amount of volume that we have seen so far.
Gosh, insane.
That is huge.
I mean, this is crazy. I'm speechless. I mean, really. FacePeak, thank you for the $5 super chat. I have 31 million SHIB. How much would it be at 1 cent? That would be 310,000, right? Yes, 310,000. There you go. I could do that one. Kyle Walsh, opinion on Comp Wallet. Never heard of it, Kyle. Compound Wallet. I have heard of that Compound Wallet. I don't use it though, so I can't give you an honest review on it. But Sacco Nut, very generous super chat. Thank you very much, man. $50 super chat, up 30K and holding number 11 tonight. Pump it up. Oh man, I love it. I love hearing people that are crushing it in the SHIB community. This is what it's all about.
Did I miss a cross at the all-time high, or have we not hit it yet?
No, we're right on the doorstep.
This will be the biggest test. As soon as we get up to that peak on the all-time high, it'll be nice to see what happens there.
If we just straight up blast through it, then I'd completely give up on any prediction whatsoever. If it busts right through, oh dear.
Okay,
Lord.
here we go.
Yeah, we kind of want to see it sort of consolidate just before the peak and then go up a bit more. That's what we want to start seeing.
Absolutely. Everybody listening, it would actually be much healthier for the token if right now it spent an hour or two just trading sideways. Yeah. Like it would be extremely healthy for it. Like for it to continue to pump, the amount it's been doing, it's just asking for trouble. But if it's going to pump, it's going to pump. And I'm not going to stop it.
Yeah, SHIB's a whole new beast, isn't she?
Seahorn, he says, I knew it was a good idea to hold my 1.1 billion Shiba. Nice. I think a lot of people feeling good.
I got to give a shout out to Perry and to Trina from the Discord.
Yes.
While I was sitting there talking about percentages of profit, I was going to take at that little hump we had at the beginning, and I stress little hump today, that they were absolutely hands down correct. That they just kept holding like bosses, and I took a bit of profit. Everyone made money, so everyone's happy. But you know what? They were 100% through and through correct.
I love it. I love it. ASV, this makes me so happy, man. Bought 3K on your advice, and now I'm at 14K. I love that, man. I love hearing it. Congratulations. Enjoy it. Thank you for the $10 super chat, too. Very generous of you. Amazing stuff. I love it.
Yeah, I'm sure everyone in this chat's got a lovely grin on their face right now.
No question.
This is beautiful. Just want to see it now going a bit sideways, just a little bit. That would be good.
And it's fine if it dips a little and then retraces. Again, a retracement here would be extremely healthy, but not a dip, a fall. It's impossible to see the market, like the depth of market on a 1 minute scale. Like looking over an hour, we can see how much orders are building up. But really what we want to see here is at least an hour of people just building up orders around this 3,400 area. Because then we actually have an established support there, and then when it goes up again, when the other markets start to wake up, then we're seeing, we're starting from that point. Brilliant. I would stress to people, do not be too harsh on the people in your life who told you that SHIB is a joke. Be kind. We want to bring them in. Okay. If you got family who said whatever this dog coin you're buying is nonsense, something like that, be kind. Don't be reactionary. Don't rub it in their face. Ask them if they want to get in.
Real quick, I'm not on mute, am I? No. Okay.
No, you're not.
We ran out of insider packages, so I'm going to go on Patreon real quick and try to add more. If y'all want to just keep the conversation going for a sec.
Yeah, I mean, right now, actually, we are now number 13 on CoinMarketCap.
Just so we're clear, we also overtook Bitcoin Cash. Just saying.
Binance USD and Avalanche, yeah.
Oh my god.
We overtook Avalanche. Wonderful. Wait a second. How much do we need to Wait a minute. We're guys. Okay. No, sorry, that's Binance US dollars. My heart nearly jumped for a second. I saw that for some reason. I saw Binance, and then I forgot it was Binance. It was their peg token for the US dollar. But we could actually overtake the stable coins.
Oh my gosh.
We could start. The first stable coin to overtake is Binance's peg token for the US dollar. And we are only about 800 million in market cap away from overtaking a stable coin. A stable coin. Does anybody, if you do not understand the implications of that, people, that means we technically just are more stable than the US freaking dollar.
Absolutely insane. I don't know how to add more. I did not expect this happening, obviously. I'm trying to figure it out. So
I also didn't expect this to happen either. But what I'm excited for the rest of this week is just the news that's going to get, because SHIB is going to be absolutely everywhere, and that is only going to do us well.
If there are any news reporters, by the way, in the stream, anyone who works in media, do take the time to just, your financial reporters who you work with, just bring it to their attention. It can only help. Like note that you have cryptos here who were started by communities, and not by a mystery person or anything like. Well, yeah, I guess by a mystery person, but that are really based around people coming together. They're not, that people who report on finance and think that the entry point for crypto is over, or that you missed it. No, you didn't. I mean, exactly. If you're a financial reporter and you think you missed the boat on ETH, you missed the boat on Cardano, you missed the boat on this to get in early. No, I mean, it's proof positive. You got people who 2 weeks ago just bought SHIB, and they're massively up now. And now we see a retrace. Let's see how this goes.
Yeah, hopefully we hit that support line and then just keep bouncing up and down in a nice little pattern and consolidate for a little while.
Everybody out there, I see the super chats. Thank you very, very much for all the support and love. The Golden Eagle. Hey, Zach, can you ask Daniel's opinion on Ellipal Titan Cold Wallet? Ellipal Titan Cold Wallet? Has he ever used it?
I'm sorry, I'm not seeing the chat, and I don't know how to spell what he's asking. But it doesn't.
Ellipal.
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 For some reason, it rings a distant bell, but I personally haven't used it. I can't. I mean, if it's a hardware wallet, then I can't stress enough. There are if it's a hardware wallet, and I'm just answering a different question, then I tend to suggest sticking with the two major ones, Trezor and the brain fart Ledger, mainly because when people come up with new tech or new blockchains, it's just much faster for them to adopt in interaction with a ledger. I'm not going to discount it because the Ripple, I don't know, it rings a distant bell. I'm not sure from where, but personally I haven't used a Ripple wallet. But if it's a hardware wallet, I strongly suggest going with one of the two big names, mainly because of adoption, because you're going to find yourself in a lot less situations where you have a coin that you can't store with a key store like that.
Awesome. Iverto, did you have something?
I was just going to say, I think potentially Coinbase has just gone down, has it? I'm just looking in chat. Some people are saying it's working, but some people are saying that it's gone down a bit.
So, sorry, that SHIB isn't responding for it, or that Coinbase as a whole isn't responding?
I'm just seeing Coinbase is down at the moment. But on the other hand as well, I'm looking at the chart. Look at that, hit that resistance, going back up, bouncing up to consolidate.
Let's take a look. Yeah, let's take a peek at the technicals for a minute. Oh, so our next support is a very loose term in this case, is the 3213 mark. So if we start to slow down in retracement towards the 3213, then it's extremely encouraging. I do want to note that this it's not a run, but this squeeze that just happened really did happen a bit faster than we'd like to see. It was a lot of very quick movement, which doesn't let a lot of market activity build up behind it. Personally, I'd like to see that. I love seeing the pump we just saw, but I would like to see it spread over like a few more minutes so that orders can build up behind it. But I think we're going to test the 3213 resist in a couple of minutes, and well, probably when I say a couple of minutes, I mean probably in the next 30 seconds. But we'll probably slow down around it and center around it, and that'll be nice and healthy. And then if not, then 3100 is our next.
Wow, we've got over 5K in chat. Hello, guys. Smash that like button as well if you're loving the price today.
Yes. I'd say join the Discord too, but
I don't think we've got all that, have we? We've got 5,000 spots.
I did not expect that to happen. I'm trying to work on it here on the back end, but we do have a Patreon link down below in the description. Right now, just $10 packages. If you want to hold off for the $20 package, it will be coming back soon. But John Hilburn, hilarious super chat. How pissed do you think Robinhood is right now? Del McElroy, $5 super sticker. Thank you, Del. Appreciate that. Thank you, everybody out there, for being here and tuning in. If you haven't hit the like button, definitely do that. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that. That would be awesome.
So there are some people asking in the chat about the Discord. To join the Discord, you will need to go through the Patreon of Zach's. You can find that in the below this video in the description.
Perfect. Yeah.
And join us. There's loads of knowledge over there. Honestly, you will not regret it. I promise you.
There you go. So what do you think here? We're just are we losing some of this? How much are we going to lose here?
30. What did I say a moment ago?
31,
Sorry, I went to look at a tweet that Shytoshi made about us. He retweeted Certic, who, because of the traffic that Shiba Inu is seeing, Certic is worried that there might be an on-chain attack. So we appear as if we're a DDoS attack. The 3213 mark is sort of the support that we're looking to coalesce around right now. There does appear to be a bit more momentum than we'd like to see. So the point we'd like to sort of start resisting at. Oh dear, that was a large. Okay, you're looking at the. Yeah, 1 sec. Sorry, I want to see which one you're looking at. You're looking at Coinbase. So actually, I should probably look at Coinbase as well. I was jumping around in TradeView. I was jumping around the different data sources just to see what the action is on Binance. It's kind of all over the place. Coinbase.
Awesome. People in the chat who say it's crashing at the moment. It's really not. Like, it just shot up big time a minute ago. You're going to have people taking profits, and we're just looking now for this next resistance point where we can just find a bit of support, bounce up and down. I mean, to be honest, if Zach zoomed out on the chart, this really is almost going to be nothing to you. So we just want to sort of bounce up and down a zigzaggy pattern.
I'm seeing more activity than I'd like to see.
So if we go to the 30-minute,
I'm seeing a lot more activity than I'd like to see.
Yeah. Okay, we'll see where this stops. We'll see. I mean, it's going to consolidate, I think, somewhere right in this range. It looks like. I mean, if we go out to the 30, right? I could see it staying right in here. Let's see.
Yeah, I mean, we've got a big resistance down there a little bit further. So even if it got down there and then sort of went in this area at the 2-300s or even that, that's still going to be very healthy. It needed a correction. Like you weren't going to have it going up almost 80, 90, 100% or so without some sort of correction.
Sorry, this actually very clearly illustrates what I was on about a little bit earlier. Sorry, I'm hearing myself in the background.
Gotcha. Hold on.
But if you zoom on your chart, Zach, what I was talking about earlier about moving sideways for a bunch. What I'm actually looking at right now is the 1 minute chart for Coinbase. And if you zoom out to the point where you can see the beginning of this uptick, you can see that the spot where we're tracing to is where you had sideways movement. Like I'm not sure if you're showing it fully, but what we want to look is we want to zoom out to like yesterday, so we can see yesterday and today at the same time, like yesterday and now at the same time. So, 1 minute chart, my man. So here we have the dip that we just encountered. Now, when I said that we moved up too quickly, that's exactly what I mean by move sideways. And that's exactly what Alberto meant as well. So if we zoom out until we see yesterday, this chart is, something's weird about your chart, and I can't figure out what it is. Okay. But the thing is what we're doing is we're tracing to the area where we had a massive increase in price, but I think it's not quite clear in your window. I'm trying to see how I can pass this to you in a way that's. Yeah, I'm gonna. If I send you a screenshot on Discord, can you show it? Zach, if you're talking,
you're muted, I think.
Sorry about that. Yeah, you could definitely send me that in Discord. I don't know what's going on with this chart.
I think you have automatic resize turned on in the bottom right.
Turn auto off.
Yeah, the auto resize just makes the chart as big as it can be to fit in with the bars that's on your screen. At some point, we have to do a class in the Discord about how to properly make use of TradingView. So the point that I'm trying to make here is you see how we have our raises. You can show what I sent you in Discord. It's the same chart. It's just a bit more of a properly resized picture. But what I'm trying to illustrate is that if we have a rise that's too fast and we don't move sideways at all, then there's no orders that were issued while it was going up to hold it up at that price. So you can see that we have a spike up on the right side and a spike down. Like what we're looking at on the right side, of course, is what just happened now. What we're looking at throughout the left is sideways movement that actually built up orders behind it. So if 1,000 people, if the spike we just saw was 1,000 people buying SHIB, then those 1,000 people can only place orders at a certain rate. And if the price is moving up by 10% by the time they place their order, then their order is just going to sit there doing nothing. So the reason you want to move sideways for an hour or two when you have a nice pump is that it lets orders for that price range build up, which supports that price level. So this is why a pump like what we just saw is not what we want to see. We want to see a pump and then a bit of sideways, a pump, a bit of sideways. The exception to this would be if you have something like Robinhood or an exchange acquiring a large amount, because that's just they buy it, they hold it, and that's the new price line.
Yeah, we basically almost hit that all-time high as well. So this was expected, to be honest. And we said it at the start of this stream as well. As soon as we're going to hit that all-time high, we're going to hit some mad resistance, and it's going to be a bit volatile. Like you've just got to be ready for that. But again, like even now, what the chart's doing right now, look at that. This is healthy. This is good. This is what we want to see for another like 2 hours, 3 hours at this sort of
Yes, the
This
best
sort of
situation
hype.
right now would
It
be
really is.
10, 15 minutes right now of moving sideways around the 30 mark and then a gradual increase. The thing we don't want to see right now is a jet back up to 3,500.
Definitely. Welcome in, everybody. This is awesome, too. 5,600 people hanging out. Make sure you hit that like button. Hit subscribe, too, if you haven't already. And also, join our private community. I'm working on getting the $20 packages back up. I don't think you can. I think I got to build a whole new tier. So our Patreon link is down below in the description. $10 package is available. And $20 package or something like it will be available soon.
So we can rename the $20 as Founders, and then we can make the new package Insiders. There you go.
Hey, that's not bad. Let's do it.
I was half joking, but okay.
I like it. I like it.
My whiskey ran out, so I'm going to take a moment because that
Sure.
roller coaster kind of got my blood pressure going a little.
Gotcha.
Right back.
Gotcha. Everto, are you sipping on anything already? Or
I am actually sipping on whiskey. Yeah.
nice. I'm still on the water. Let me. I got to go do that too. I got to get something like that soon. So let's see here.
Just enjoying the moment, really. Like the whole SHIB army, for two months, really, we saw that it was just sort of flatlining. It was consolidating, but what it was doing was showing that massive bullish flag, that bull triangle that we saw. And this is the outcome. And it's all paid off for all of us for holding. So, congrats to everyone that holds SHIB right now. It really is amazing. It's going to change lives. And everybody's got a grin on their face right now. Loving it.
No question. No question. Absolutely loving it. And it's doing that slow build back up right now. So that's what we want to see too. That's exactly what we want to see. Let's see here. Up 30K. New members, all the new members. I know I'm trying to get to as many as you can. Skatha Stone, welcome, new member. Let's see here. Let me make sure I'm caught up. Okay, good. It's number 10 on Coinbase. Number 10 in popularity, I'm guessing. That's pretty cool. Coinbase has officially crashed. We're getting some other people mentioning Coinbase is down a little bit. Crypto.com has my balance is it has refreshed. Everto, has yours?
I will check for you.
Yeah, my SHIB balance was not accurate for a little while, but now on Crypto.com it is, so that's good.
Just mentioning that my DeFi wallets all work as intended and never stopped working.
There you go.
This is why you don't use central exchanges.
Yes, my balance is back to normal now. Yep.
We got a super chat. Let me see if I can find it in chat. Where did it go? Let's see. There it is. Dustin, we gave Coinbase a stroke. It's still not right currently. Yeah.
Let's give it a minute.
SHIB's breaking everything at the moment.
I mean, it's like being in a SafeMoon, any launch of anything with SafeMoon where you have 3 million people show up to one site to check something.
What are your thoughts on SafeMoon, actually?
It is my favorite speculation.
Really?
Far. Yes, I hold a great deal. I hold a great deal of SafeMoon, but not again because it is an amazing speculation. Because they talk a very big game, and I look forward to seeing great things from them. The staff, the ones I've spoken with, and the ones whom I've interacted with and read stuff from, seem very skilled, but they have a big problem of they grew too fast. It's a classic thing you see in business where you have a startup that suddenly goes enterprise. So they have a ton of growing pains, and they have they had some staff problems. So, but in terms of the project as a whole, probably one of my favorites. But I still consider it a very, very strong speculation. It is not. I do not yet see a fundamental value being created that is actually in practice. By that I mean, like, there's no. The plan is to have lots of things around SafeMoon which have external revenue coming in, which I love to see, and they have very ambitious things and they move very quickly. I would like to see a more structured business attitude from them. I know anyone can prefer that. And by that, I don't mean I want to see them in suits. By that, I mean, I want to see them acting like developers and less like startup people who are just burning nights. But in terms of as a speculative investment, it is my favorite. If not my favorite, then it's one of my tops. I hold a great deal of it, and I very much hope it gives great things. But it is absolutely speculative at this point still.
Love that. Getting a bunch of other comments coming in. Let's get some super chats in. Let's see here. Where did they go? Okay, here we go. Member Wayne Davies, welcome. New member here on YouTube. Thoughts on BitTrue Exchange? Have never used it. BitTrue.
I haven't used it myself either.
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
Okay. Kyle, Papa is family from SafeMoon. My wife's first cousin, Thomas, is a genius. Wow. There you go.
He strikes me. Papa strikes me as being a very powerful, both his background and especially his attitude. He reminds me of a lot of developers that I work with on a regular basis, and a lot of the ones who are extremely skilled developers. But I personally haven't seen anything he's released. That's the problem. As soon as I see something he's released, then I'll be extremely interested or bullish. You could say bullish, but I look forward to seeing his work. I don't doubt the man's a genius. I've seen many geniuses fail. I mean, if there was a SafeMoon person here in the chat who's saying that Papa's a genius, I would remind you that also DeFi Mark is a genius. The man is extremely innovative. I expect great things from him as well. That doesn't mean that the specific project they're working on will do well. But that's not saying it's not doing well. I look forward to great things from them.
Hey, Zach, can we check the holders?
Yes, definitely. And I found where the Patreon limit is. So I think I'm going to save this real quick, and I think we should be good. Hold on. I'll come back to that in just a sec. Holders, let's see. So last time we refreshed, 703,469. What are your guesses? Let's play a game. Chat too.
Another.
This was a while back.
3,000. I'm going to go for another 3,000.
706.
13,000 is my guess.
Wow. Here we go. 703,469 to 707. Everto, right there. Yeah. Wow. But I mean, maybe that was an hour ago. I don't even think it was an hour. Maybe it was.
I could have just cheated, but you know.
Okay, so I'm going to pull over the Patreon real quick because we're back up and running. We ran out there for a second because I only had 200 up there, but now they are back up and in play. Oh my goodness, over I think we've gotten over 40 patrons just this stream. So thank you everybody out there. This is amazing. Welcome to our community. I think you're going to get a ton of value, as Everto and Daniel said, and really I'd like them to say, because it's kind of weird for me to say, hey, come to Patreon.
Yeah, no, having 40 people in just this live stream is absolutely amazing. And please, if you've got any tokens that you want us to look at, you just stick them in the Discord. If we've got a channel for it as well, you can find out a lot of info on there. But if it's a new coin token that you're not quite sure about, or you think it's very speculative, give us all a shout and we'll have a good look at it for you.
Mm-hmm.
But it's beyond that. It's not just like, okay, yes, we're always glad to review a token. Our preference is to teach a man to fish. So we would much rather, obviously, if there's questions, we'll do what we can to answer. But we would much rather inform as to how to review it, how to look for positive, negative signs, how to do your own due diligence, how to analyze. Like that's the money right there.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people asking, what's the Discord? Here it is right here, Patreon link. I'm going to drop this in chat. It's also in the description. And when you join the Patreon, you get access to our Discord. Nick has a super chat. Could the issues we're seeing with Coinbase at the moment be having an impact on what we're seeing with SHIB? Probably to some extent, to some small extent. A lot of retailers are probably buying on SHIB. Coinbase Pro looks to be working fine. I saw that in the chat. Also, somebody said Coinbase apps or Ho's website still works, though. So go to the website. If you're still a retail trader trying to get into SHIB, go to the website. It seems to be working over there. So any thoughts on that? Could Coinbase have that much of an impact on a price coming down?
they've had an immense amount of traffic today. Like, it's been through Coinbase. So that's, I mean, on the site I showed you earlier, it actually puts Coinbase, Coinbase Pro, and Coinbase Custody all together as one. So it's, I don't have a data source that can parse them separately, but we're looking, 2.5 billion. So, $2.5 billion of traffic in the last 24 hours. And that's at least $1 billion of that was between, I don't know how long ago your previous stream was, but that's a couple of hours. So I think it's actually probably less traffic from people trading SHIB and probably more people refreshing Coinbase to check their balances. So I think it might be healthy if people started checking the value of SHIB elsewhere. I have no technical backup to what I just said. It's just a hunch. I assume that there's more traffic because it's an equal amount of traffic of somebody to buy something and make a contract call than it is for somebody to refresh a browser and try to look at the price of something. So there are dozens of places where you can track the value. Coinbase may not be the best place to do it.
Yeah, and just looking in the chat, Zach, no IDO 727. Yeah, you're absolutely right. The whole Elon Musk live SHIB videos on YouTube, everyone in this chat, stay well away from them. They are fake. They are literally telling you to send them your tokens, visit a website, and we'll give you 2 times, 5 times, 100 times back. It is rubbish. Do not even bother going on them, please.
Yes, as again, the rule of thumb in crypto in general is with very, very, very limited exceptions, as in, like, if you don't already understand where it's dangerous, you probably won't interact with these. If someone's telling you to send them tokens, probably you're not going to see that back. The way you trade stuff in any crypto is either through an exchange or via a contract. Like you send me, I'll send you back is never a thing that. It is a thing that exists in, to my knowledge, 2 capacities. One is Changely, the other is specific types of contracts that you buy directly from the contract. But those are the 2 sole cases, and none of these are that.
So we're taking a look inside the Discord. I know there's a lot of people dropping in. Welcome all the new Discord members, Patreon members. It's all one and the same. Discord, Patreon members. Just wanted to drop in, just put a comment in there. So welcome, Thanos. I can see you there. Old Soggy Dog and everybody else who's joined here tonight. Amazing that you've decided to kind of join our community. And I don't think you'll be disappointed. And very grateful that you decided this one. I know there's a lot of Discord groups out there. So and a big part of it are these 2 people here on the stream tonight, Everto and Daniel. So thank you, everybody, for that. We've got another super chat. Mitch came up with a hilarious meme. I tweeted it earlier. I guess it was Photoshop. I don't know if it was a meme, classified. But the crypto cartel, and it was your pop, it was Chad, it was Jake, Austin, and myself, and it was hilarious. I don't know if you guys saw that.
No, this whole statement here is so true.
Mitch, teach a man to invest in crypto and you feed him for lifetime. That's it. Daniel Baum, exactly. That was a Daniel Baum. I love it.
Okay. I hope that doesn't become a thing. Daniel Baum. Okay,
I hope it does.
I'll take it. Thank you very much, Mitch.
So we're getting a little nice little steady.
Just a quick note,
Yeah.
It actually ties together 2 things that we just mentioned. We actually just opened a channel on the Discord for scam announcements because we realized that we were announcing them in main chat, so that if we see a common scam popping up, that there you go. So at the moment, it's only got the ones that we actually just mentioned here, but it's got the information sort of how to identify a scam. So I would actually recommend anyone joining the Discord. That's probably that's probably one of the first places you should just take a peek at. I'm saying that now really for future reference because there is a lot of scams in crypto, and it is, and most of them are pretty easy to spot. But it takes an eye for it. I mean, once you learn to spot one, you learn to spot them all. Of one type, I mean. So as soon as you learn that these these live stream scams they have of send in this and I'll send you back 10 times, whatever, I assure you there's at least a dozen EVE Online players here in chat who are laughing their asses off at JITA because this scam is something that started off in an online game called EVE Online for people to double their in-game currency. And people who are EVE players are probably giggling from a deep, healthy place right now when they see these types of things that went from a game and it's now a scam on YouTube.
Wow, I did not know that. That's crazy. To the freaking moon, baby. Great super chat. Kinjitsa, thank you for the super chat. Love it.
Yeah, we got a few people who are EVE players who see Jita Marketplace, because you would see the chat in this one spot in the game, which is, you send me this, I've been so rich, I've played this game for 10 years. You know, if you send me 20 million ISK, which is the in-game currency, I'll send you back 200 million. And it is non-stop. It is 1,000 people non-stop spamming that. And to see it ported to YouTube, it's life imitating art.
I love it. What do you think about this chart pattern? This is exactly what we wanted, right? Just a nice little slow growth back up.
That's exactly it. That's what we were just saying, isn't it, about 10 minutes ago, is that's what we're looking for, is it to drop to that resistance point, it then to slowly go back up and zigzag a little bit. And we really, really want to see this for another hour or two. If we can hold that for an hour or two and then slightly creep up again, then that's brilliant. What we don't want to see is it just suddenly shoot up past the all-time high, because what you are going to then get is a big sell-off.
Yeah, we want to see a minimum, absolute bare minimum is 10-15 minutes of us sort of bouncing up and down around this 3,200 mark. And that would just be extremely, like, minimum. And I'm talking, if we actually move sideways around this area for an hour or two, then we get to really be talking about having support in that area. The problem is that the only resources I have to check to check the order books for SHIB in this case, they're going to take too long to update for us to get a real picture. I think they only update every 15 to 20 minutes. So, I mean, you'll see everything that just happened sort of as one big update. There's some ways that we can actually scrape it off with the chain, but I can't really do that here in a live stream. And it's too much to do at once because I'm also on a different computer.
Talking with my mic muted again. Appreciate you guys going on and talking about Shiba. So much speculation out there and naysayers on it. The reason I got in when I did was from guys like you. Thank you. Yeah, no problem. Happy to help and happy that you're enjoying this ride with us. That's for sure. So somebody's saying baby Shiba Inu, baby Shib is pumping like crazy. So I'm going to pull that up and just show that briefly. Of course it is, right?
Yeah, anything at the moment with SHIB in the name is going to also pump, but we would need to look at this token over time and actually analyze it properly before we start sitting here saying, yeah, go and buy this. But yeah, you can see it's up a lot now, but if it's gone up that much, it's probably also going to come back down at least half, if not way more as well. So please just still be aware, do your research. And as I said, join our Discord and we'll have a good old look at it for you as well.
So there's baby Shiba.
We'll have a discussion with you about it. We're not going to tell you what to do. Nobody in our Discord is going to tell you buy this, sell this.
Exactly.
We'll tell you our opinion on it. We'll maybe find aspects that you may not have seen about it. You may find aspects we didn't see about it. We're here to learn too. But it pays a lot to have a community that you can bounce stuff off of.
No question. SHIB's still above Litecoin, and on the heels of Avalanche right now, it's ranked 15 on the big board. So we're on the heels of cracking the top 15. In fact, we probably did, right? Briefly there, right?
Yeah, I think we're going to bounce up and down this sort of number 13, number 17, that sort of area, just for a little while. But again, it's looking at the chart, it's healthy, and this is what we want to see.
Looking at the charts, arbitrage traders are having a field day probably. Anyone in the chat?
Explain what you mean there.
First off, anyone who's in the chat who's executing arbitrage on SHIB right now, enjoy. Have fun. To those who don't know, arbitrage is when you have the same assets, in this case SHIB, for example, on multiple exchanges, or the same value, or an asset of equal value on the same exchange. What that means is that if you've got ShibaSwap and Uniswap, where their price action makes a different price for SHIB, then you could use something like a flash loan from Aave, and you could quickly withdraw like $1 million worth of a loan from Aave in a contract. you could purchase SHIB on the cheaper of the two, sell it on the more expensive of the two, and then return the value of the loan. And as long as you do that in one contract, you're basically balancing the price out between two exchanges. But if you are a skilled Solidity developer, so anyone in this who's listening who is a programmer at heart, I strongly advise you to take the time to learn Solidity, and Haskell also for Cardano. But if you are skilled enough at making bots and making contracts where you can actually trade on the difference between two exchanges value for something like SHIB, in a situation like this, you can make tens of thousands of dollars tonight. There are most certainly people making tens of thousands of dollars tonight for pretty much nothing but gas money. Because what they're doing is they're taking the price difference between Uniswap and ShibaSwap, for example, and they're taking advantage of that with a flash loan in order to take the profit off the difference. I think I explained that okay. If anyone wants a better explanation of that, we actually have classrooms in the Discord, which we go over stuff like this. And if I weren't here in the chat, I'd probably be building a couple of arbitrage contracts, but I can't do that and this at the same time.
And SHIB actually hit 0.01. Looking at market cap, it's going to be a long time. But I think if the crypto market as a whole continues to go where it's been heading recently, then it's possible. But it's going to take a long, long time. I forget, I've looked at it before, what the market cap would have to be. 400 million, I think, somewhere in that neighborhood. Don't quote me on that.
I think the last time I did the math, it was 230 billion, I think, something like that.
Okay. Yeah. So,
but that was, again, the price moves around all the time, and yeah.
But thank you for the super chat, Bronco. Flash loans, baby. Jason likes them.
All right. So he's probably listening and giggling while he's making a bunch of money off of arbitrage.
Phil Castro, greetings from the Philippines. Greetings. Trillions need burned before it hits 1 cent. We talked about this earlier. You know, a burn or various burns, they'll happen over time. I'm not too worried about it. I think those things will work themselves out over time.
I don't understand the attraction to one. Here's a general statement. Why 1 cent? Why $1? Why dirty fiat?
Right.
I yearn for the day when people stop comparing stuff to the value of a US dollar. How many Satoshis is it worth right now? I don't think more than a dozen people actually track SHIB versus Satoshis.
Right.
It's one day we'll stop comparing stuff to fiat currency.
A lot of people
just
go ahead.
Sorry, just so everyone's clear, the reason I mentioned that is in a previous discussion in the Discord, over the last year, the value of a US dollar has gone down by 30% in what you can buy with it. I mean, if you live in the States, correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I think that's the sentiment that I got from our US staff, from our US members, is that what a buck bought you in the US a year ago is probably about 30%. You know, you get about 30% less out of a dollar today. So why peg it to a dollar? Why peg it to a penny? I mean, the penny, at the moment, the dollar is going down in value and SHIB is going up in value. Stop looking at the penny.
Exactly. Agree 100%. So let's see here. Oh, wow. We've gotten 8 new founders. It's actually listed as founders. It didn't. I didn't change it back. So, but come on over and join us over at the Patreon. Let's see. There's a super chat here. Maybe 1 or 2 that I forgot to get to. Appreciate you guys going on. Dhruva, talk about Shiba. So much speculation out there. Okay, that was an older one. Gotcha there. Thank you for that. Thoughts on Kuma Inu, please. It's one. I need more time, Nick. It's like yesterday. It came on my radar. It's supposedly the leash developers, but a lot of people are talking about it. It's one of our private community members who we all respect here, Nut. It's got his approval. So usually that's good. I'll give you that.
It feels like it's going to be one of the ones by the time we finish researching it and we pull the trigger on it, we'll be like we'll have passed 50% of the gains at least. It feels like that because I'm hearing from a lot of people I like, but I haven't taken the time to look into it yet. I was going to, but then you went back on and yeah.
Same. What else do we got here? Let's go back on StreamYard. Sorry, I was bouncing around there a little bit. Let's see. Should we go back to the chart? Let's do that for a little bit. I'm going to have to eat something in a little bit. We've been on for 3 hours and 23 minutes. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's been really fun as well.
You still haven't gotten a whiskey. I'm just
saying. Can I eat on stream? Is that okay?
Wouldn't bother me.
Okay.
If it bothers anyone in chat, then super chat, I don't want you to eat. and see what the rest of chat does to you.
Yes. All right, well, hold on. I'm going to go heat up some food. I made some unbelievable kapsa, actually, earlier. I learned that from my friends from Saudi Arabia, some traditional kapsa with a ginger chicken twist on it, too. It's pretty good.
Nice.
Nesh, very informative. Best stream I've been on. Thank you, Nesh. I will be right back. This is Everto and Daniel from our private community. Going to talk at you for a minute. I'll be right back.
All right. So, Everto, how's your qubit doing?
Yeah, exactly. I was looking at Qubit earlier, and it's doing beautiful, isn't it? For the chat that don't know, like Qubit, a really interesting gaming token. It's something you should check out. The charts, for example, in the last, if you go on a 3-month chart, you would probably see how nice it's looking. But it's a AAA game that's made in UE4, and planning on
UE5, my man.
Or UE5, yeah, of course, the upgrade. They're planning on bringing that out in a year's time as well, so it could be something to look at. It's an open world and an NFT game. So, give it a check. Have
Project Quantum, for anyone interested. And the reason we bring it up is Everto and I went on sort of a speculating spree, had to have been in July, somewhere around there. And we just kind of picked up, among the selections was Everto 100% called Saitama. He 100% called Qubit. And Klee Kai is one that he actually got in. So ones that that we're talking about now, we were on a speculating spree back in July and picked up a bunch.
Yeah, and we always let the Discord know as well. If we find anything good, we'll let you know. And again, I always like people coming up with negatives about it, as long as it's backed with evidence. Like, we'll have a real good discussion of it and try and figure out exactly if it's the right token for us. But yeah, Qubit was one of those that we really dived into, and it was something extremely interesting. And you should check out their website as well and have a look yourself at what the game is actually going to be all about. But enough, I'll probably stop shilling that now, though. Let's get back to Shib, shall I?
Yeah, the Shib crowd is going to get mad at us very quickly. All right, so Shib's doing awesome. How's everybody's day? Let's see. Do we got any technicals we can talk about, anything like that? To anyone interested, the people talking here on stream right now are very excited about this sideways movement. This is exactly what we want to see. We don't want to see a dip down. We don't want to see a skyrocket up. We want to see a nice little bit of time of it moving sideways for it to build up some order value so that it can actually has some supports behind this price level. Then we can make our way towards the all-time high again. I'm not actually sure did we break the all-time high? Let me check on the Discord.
I don't think we broke it. I think we got within a pinch of it. It was super close, but that's why we had a bit of a sell-off. That's always going to happen. It's a kind of like people saying the whole 0.001 price that people are going to sell at 0.0009. So always take that into account as well.
Yeah, you had people who bought in at a certain price point after they heard about Shib, and then either it's a bot or their order existing is to sell then. The all-time high is listed as 37.91, just for reference.
Yeah, so we were very close, I think.
Yeah, I think we were within the I think we hit 35.80. I think was the current spike. Was the highest. Yep. Zach has the chart in front of him. He can actually give it a check.
Yep.
No, he's eating. No, he finishes eating. You finish eating. No, sorry about that.
As we were saying, technical wise, this whole sideways movement is great, really healthy. Really, I would personally really like to see it doing this, to be honest, for the rest of the day and tomorrow, or even at least to lunchtime tomorrow, and then going back up, to have a really healthy support line, so that when we have this push up past the all-time high, we then have something to drop back down to. Yeah, that needs to be understood.
Yeah, so the next like the same logic I use to say that at 4 a.m. my time or 2 a.m. UK time is when you're going to see a nice spike and a nice increase in volume. That exact same metric kind of shows that the next spike coming is about noon UK time, which I'm not going to like. There's a lot of time zones that are moving around that time, so I'm not gonna start throwing out where exactly. But what would be great is until about noon tomorrow we see sort of lateral movement around this price line, because then tomorrow we're in an excellent position where the push in volume we see around noon London time is the one that takes us sort of towards the all-time high. And then personally I would love a little bit below the all-time high for us to rebase around there.
Sorry, everybody. That chicken and rice was too good. I had to get a couple bites. And I did get a beverage too, so I'm joining you both. So cheers, Shib Army.
Yeah, cheers.
Oh yeah. Cheers to that.
Cheers. One of the best sounds that I've ever heard.
Hey, Virgil and I at the end of this bull run are going to have to go to Alcoholics Anonymous together. There's that place. That place in Scotland. There's a place in Scotland that they showed for Crypto Anonymous. They probably have Alcoholics Anonymous there too. We've had so many nights of where you've got green and fine. We'll stay up and we'll have a couple beers. Then it just turns into suddenly it's 6 a.m. and you've just been having beers all night.
It's easy to do, especially with Shib, right? It's crazy.
Oh yeah.
Amazing. I'm pretty.
We snuck in a little bit of talk about Project Quantum while you weren't looking.
Oh,
we were always going to do that, Zach. You knew it as well.
I know, and Qubit at this point
exactly.
Too. For those who don't know, we gave a lot of guff to Zach because he didn't mention Qubit for a long time. I don't think. Never mind. He hasn't yet. Never mind. He hasn't brought it up yet.
And it's done really well, right? Extremely well.
We're at about 21x from where Everto and I said get in.
Are you serious?
I think that's our highest so far. Yes.
I have to drink to that.
To the people asking in chat, the name of it is Project Quantum, and the symbol is QBIT. Again, do your own research. This is not a buy it, but it's in the gaming sphere. I still consider it a high risk investment, but it's very quickly going to be moved to my medium risk gaming investment.
So for the people who are not in yet, where would you be looking? Here, we'll pull it up actually. Where would you be looking at to get in? Are we close to
at the moment? It just got off of a new all-time high. A day or two ago, something like that. And it's and the thing is, they have a team that's right now in Dubai for the Blockchain Futures Expo, and they're presenting there. So the reason Everto and I like it is because it's gaming, but it just looks like a cool game. And then they added crypto. This goes back to what we mentioned earlier in the stream, is that if you're getting into NFT gaming, I would much prefer you made a game people want to play, and then added crypto as like a spice, as opposed to gamifying investment.
Yeah, exactly. There's almost no point in making a game if it isn't fun. First of all, that is the fundamental thing for a game. You have to make it fun, and then you can look about adding in the crypto side of it. If you just build a game purely on crypto, you've just taken away a lot of audience who aren't into crypto, for example. So you get a game that is fun, people can play, and then they can get into it.
I'll tell you what, I was looking at the gameplay for Klee Kai. It's pretty cool, actually. It's a
Temple Run, yeah.
Temple Run, exactly.
Yeah. Those games are quite addictive, quite fun. I do like the way that they went with it. But the whole price action is a bit strange at the moment on Klee Kai for me. But as a game, I think it is probably fun for a bit.
Yeah.
Well, I could definitely see if my nieces are over putting it in front of them in order to earn some Klee Kai. If it's worth a fraction of a penny, then I'm basically putting it to work to make me money. I've done that in other games and it's been fun. I'd be happy to do that in this one. What was I going to say? The thing I keep hearing though, a lot of streamers are putting out is the 1.5 trillion for playing it. I don't think that's. I could be wrong, but I don't think that's accurate anymore. I think they actually lowered it. I personally, from back when Everto and I speculated on Klee Kai way back, actually have enough to play it, even if that's the case. So I could try on a trash wallet and see. But I believe they actually lowered it, and if not, then honestly, their developers I've conversed with the developers in the AMAs that they hold, and in their Telegram group. Personally, not a fan of Telegram. They have a Discord that's relatively active, but I mean, pretty sure if enough people who are enthusiastic about Klee Kai brought it up as we need a lower entry for playing the game, at least for people to get started, they change that pretty quickly. I mean, it's not on a technical level, it's not a hard thing to change. All these people complaining about their centralized exchanges not working.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Centralized exchanges. Sorry.
I'm glad you brought that up, because at one point it was like 1.5 trillion Klee, and it was like $800, which that would deter a lot of people. So if they brought that number down, I think that's a good move. But do you think like it's going to be a more sophisticated game that really is the clear winner? Like, where does Axie Infinity fit into the future? Is it just because it's first and it was? What do you think?
I think it being one of the first was definitely helpful. And hearing that people, I think it was the Philippines, was it, that were actually finding that playing the game, they were making more money than their daily wage. And this is why this is such a game changer for the rest of the world, because of countries like that are finding it hard to get the money. And in crypto, I mean, we're all in the same boat. The money's exactly the same. No government can hush some money up or put a cap on it. You know, that's why I think it's just such a big space right now.
I would sort of diverge a bit from that, because again, the reason I keep saying that the important thing is to make a fun game is the difference is if you've gamified investing, then your game is attracting investors. They're basically like you basically took the interface for them to trade NFTs or for them to trade crypto, and you've made it more friendly, which is fine. I mean, if it's profitable, very profitable at the moment, but if the objective is to tap into the gaming space, because it's like, again, anywhere from 100 to 200, I don't know the exact number, I can look it up, but 100 to 200 billion dollars a year is games as an industry. And if your objective is to tap into that revenue stream, then you got to make a game that people want to play regardless of the crypto content, and then add in the crypto as being an extra layer to it. So that's why I think that's why both myself and Everto are quite bullish on Project Quantum, because if you look at the art that they're releasing, and if you look at the style of game that they're making, I mean, for those who are gamers in the audience, it's like they redid Anthem in an indie studio, so you don't have like Electronic Arts or like ruining it, and they're making a cool, what looks like a really cool game to play, and then they're just adding on crypto as a bonus. It's just an extra added game mechanic, as opposed to the people who are playing the game are there to make money. But I mean, just some other stuff along the same lines would be like Gods Unchained. Gods Unchained is an excellent. I mean, in terms of a card game, it's basically what's the name of Blizzard's one, Everto? Hearthstone.
Oh, Hearthstone,
yeah. It's like Hearthstone, but it was a fun game to play as a card game. It's like anyone who's a fan of Magic the Gathering and you're into crypto, look up Gods Unchained. Yep. I mean, it's probably you can play it for free, technically speaking. It's gonna be eventually you're gonna put some Ethereum into it, but they made a layer 2 integration with Immutable X for their NFT marketplace, and your cards in the game are NFTs. So you can combine cards to mint NFTs and stuff like that. But the thing was, they were a game for I think a year or maybe a year and a half before they actually became integrated with crypto. So you had players from before it had any crypto involved who had cards that suddenly became NFTs, and those people profited greatly, of course. But it was but like they made a game that's fun to play, and then they moved to having crypto involved. And in that case, you're getting gamers to come in, as opposed to just getting finance people who okay, I'm going to get 10 people to play this game for X hours a day in order to profit. So, I mean, one of them gamifies finance in that it makes it a bit more fun to do your NFT trading. and the other one taps into a $200 billion a year market, which both are equally valid. I'm not saying one's good, one's bad. I'm saying my personal taste is I'm looking for the investments in NFT gaming that have staying power, that are going to, that will be a fun game to play a year, 2 years from now.
Totally makes sense. Yeah, go ahead.
And I hope that something like Shib, when they try to edge towards gaming, or Saitama, when they try to edge towards gaming, I really hope that that's their approach. I really hope that they work with a studio or some sort of indie, either an indie studio or a large gamer. I really would prefer, for the case of Shib, that it actually be an indie studio, but to produce a game that's fun, that like I could bring my nieces and nephews and be like, here, play this, and they could actually play it for an hour. Or that I, as a grown man, could play for a couple hours and be satisfied with my gameplay experience. And then, on top of it, I made some Shib. Or burned some Shib, even better.
Totally. Yeah. I think it's a budding space. And I think that, Saitama and Shib on top of it, and now Shib's kind of playing catch up a little bit, but they're going to get there. There's still time. Jeff Higdon, thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate that, man, and thanks for being here. The Dyer Project, thank you for the super chat. The Federal Reserve is getting the banks ready for Shiba going on Robinhood soon. Thanks to the Dyer Project for the $5 super chat. I'll tell you what, guys, I'm going to put a bow on this here in like a couple minutes. I gotta get some sleep again. I guess we gotta sleep. I guess a little bit, right?
I got work in like 2 hours. So yeah.
Yeah, I've got work in 2.5 hours, or 3 hours actually. Yeah.
When do you guys sleep?
We don't.
Oh my gosh. Okay, fair enough.
But we should definitely find someone. There's got to be someone who's live or someone who can get live.
Yes, I think so.
Like, it would be a shame to take this nice calm group and this nice hyped up group and not have them move on to someone else who can keep them going about their Shib interests.
100%.
Yeah, just having a look now. Either Your Pop or Moonshot are both live at the moment as well.
Oh, so, Your Pop,
perfect.
Your Pop, 100%. Everyone in chat. Let's go over to Your Pop. I'll do what I can, but I gotta head to work. But I'll head there and also try to keep the party moving.
I'm gonna type it in chat too. So for everybody who wants to just type that into their YouTube browser, I'm working on a collaboration with Your Pop too. So we'll be letting you know something on that soon. Okay, this has been fantastic. Excuse me, Robert. Thank you so much for the super chat. Everybody out there, very gracious for you. Very grateful. Thank you. This is awesome. What a day. What a series of days, really. Everto, Daniel, you guys are awesome. Appreciate you so much.
Always
no problem.
Okay, and everybody who joined the private community tonight, welcome in. Anybody who still wants to, link is down in the description. You're going to join Everto, Daniel, and myself, and many others over there. So come on over. We'd love to have you. And thanks again. Take care. Good night.
Yeah, see you later, chat. It's great talking to you all.
Everyone over to Your Pop's channel.
Your Pop. Go over there now. Your Pop's channel. Check it out. Good guy covering shit.